Hi, everybody, once more. This is One Page Wonderland, a streaming series by us here at Ghostlight Media, where theater and gaming collide. We're a bunch of theater nerds. We're very fun. We like to play games. Here we are. I am Zach Telerob, he, him. I will be your GM. And today we'll be playing Pride and Extreme Prejudice by Grant Howitt, a Regency era game where these lovely sisters are trying to attract a fantastic match for themselves in this here social season. But also they need to spend some time focusing on the fact that the invading French are trying to, cruise into the English countryside, and they're going to attempt to fend those can I swear on stream, Chase?
Yeah, you good.
Those fuckos with their family's antique dragoon, a large mech that the four of them pilot together, Voltron style. One more time, let's do names and your characters, and we'll do the same order.
Wonderful. Hello, I'm Zan Campbell Johannes, he, they, and today I'm playing Martha, the second youngest, the gunner, taking care of all of the calculations for firing at enemies, but also the cool and calm collected one and the condescending one who thinks that she's a little bit better than everybody.
Sorry, Mariah Clausen, she, her. I'll be playing Jennifer, the youngest, the pilot. We're going to be quick, precise, and smart here, but social graces are out the window. We're going to use all of our military strategy that we just learned because we're a baby. And we're going to see how it goes.
I was just a baby.
Just a baby.
She's just a baby. She's just a girl.
I am Kenzie Tartaglione. I use she, her pronouns, and I will be playing Rebecca, who is the second eldest or third youngest, depending on where you sit in the hierarchy. And while I can operate a lot of this mech's tech, I also have some anger issues. So we'll see what happens with that.
And my name is Chase Greenlee, he, him. I'll be portraying Eliza tonight, the oldest of the crew. The buck stops with her, and she makes sure that all of the lights stay on and everything keeps running. And we're going to go ahead and keep that obsession with the occult in check. And by in check, I mean we're going to be focusing on it a lot. It's going to come up. I'm not sorry.
So in this game, you all need to make a lot of decisions together. The first decision being, what is your last name?
Oh.
Ooh.
Well, Ghost Lighten.
I didn't like it, and then it immediately grew on me a lot.
Yeah, like just you waited a few seconds and then you got there. Yeah.
I had to let it, like, it was like a fine wine. It had to sit in my mouth for a second. And
I mean, if you're thinking about like Ghost Lighten, probably the end of that is EN. In Jane Austen, the last letters of her name are EN, I think maybe we'd be on to something.
I'm just a genius, so
There you go. Yeah.
thank you so much.
Are we here for it?
I'm fine with that. Ghost Lighten, 100%.
All right, so Eliza, Rebecca, Jennifer, Martha Ghostlighten, daughters of the Viscount Ghostlighten.
Amazing.
Yeah, I am loving this more and more every second.
Yes, here in King George's England, circa 1813. Beautiful. So this game is simple and complicated in some ways. So essentially the crux of the game works very similar to if you've ever played like Crash Pandas. When a thing comes up, these three will have 30 seconds to sort of confer, not 3 seconds, 30 seconds to confer, to send me a message, what they're sort of looking to do in their sort of separate sections of the Dragoon. I will then narrate sort of what they're looking to do, and as that happens, they'll roll a d10, and based upon how they roll, it will tell us how they did. Along the way, there's also sort of mechanics for their relationships with other people, and we'll just kind of explore those, one, as they happen, and two, as we figure them out, because it's a new system that none of us have played before, so we'll figure it out. I'm pumped. I'm psyched. Are you all ready?
Yes.
Hell yeah.
I'm ready to see what the vibes of this game tonight are gonna be.
What the vibes
Ridiculous.
tonight are going to be?
Well, that's obvious. Yes,
Roughly
ridiculous,
one
of
bag
course.
Squirrels. That's
Yeah.
the vibe.
There you go.
Awesome. So I need let's toss it to our youngest of the Ghostlighten sisters. Will you roll me 1d8 to determine what's happening today?
You got it. It's a 4.
It's a 4, which means that there is a piano recital for some relatives' awful sister, which I adore. Fantastic. And then I also need to roll a thing real quick, which I'm not going to tell you about until the moment comes.
That's not ominous.
I'm not used to being on this side of this.
Rude.
Yeah.
You would be more often if the GM rolled dice in Cypher.
It's true. It's true.
Mariah, even the MC doesn't roll dice necessarily, but Mariah is used to me rolling dice as a scare tactic because I've done it multiple times
Yeah.
at this point.
Xander's just less
Anywho.
toxic in that way.
Yes. I
Thanks.
Hey,
I think.
I say that as someone who is toxic in that way.
All right. Are we ready?
Oh, yes.
The year is 1813, and a bustling social season has begun in the countryside of King George's England. The birds' song join in a bright and lilting symphony as the most refined of the British nobility enjoy a delightful day. The gaggle of you are outside of the recital hall that is sort of right down the road from the home of renowned Duke Hastings Braithwaite, a sort of very well-known noble, and specifically his children are known to be the most eligible, aside from yourselves, in this current social season. So you all sit outside of this recital hall, the terrible recital of, let's say her name is Mildred Constable. I'm coming up with British words, and Constable isn't a last name, but I'm saying it is.
Is now.
She is the sister of a distant cousin of yours, and you were all in the name of British propriety.
You said it right.
Propriety?
Yeah, you got
Yeah.
it.
Did I say it right? Yeah. Propriety and manners did attend. What did you think of the performance?
Well, it was splendid, as it always is.
I think that woman's an absolute cod's head.
It occurred. We should move on.
Yes, as you're sort of, enjoying the sunshine, the room got very stuffy as you're in there, so you're enjoying the air upon your face. Let's say Rebecca, Mildred, the pianist, as it were, comes up to you. Oh my goodness, Becky, it's so good to see you. Thank you so much for coming.
Oh my goodness, such a wonderful job as always. Couldn't imagine being anywhere else.
You're too kind. You're too kind. So, are you and your sisters getting, extremely excited about the season? I know things have just kicked off. Are your eyes set upon any sort of lucky people that you're sort of looking at to,
Extremely excited might be a bit of a stretch in this situation, but I think we are all pretty happy that it has come about again this year.
I'm glad to see you look very, very excited about
But
it.
how about you? You
Oh,
seem rather. Has somebody caught your eye already?
Well, I can't say anything before, things are premature, of course, but
Of course.
you might see me on someone's arm this evening, who knows?
Okay, well, I will be
Being
looking
really
forward to
cagey.
finding out that secret of yours. It better be a real secret now, Mildred. You know that I hate when you lie.
Of course, of course. Well, I'll see you later, Becky. Thank you
Indeed.
so much for coming. She gives you just a full-on hug. Mildred is a sort of very bony individual. Like, it's like when someone hugs you and it's just like, that is very solid. And it's sort of uncomfy. And then she sort of scuttles off, holding, lifting her skirts as she kind of skips off towards some other people to greet. The rest of you, what are you sort of hanging out and doing in the open air?
Sorry, she calls you Becky, and she gets a conversation, and I get a fan over the head.
Well, my dear, there is societal propriety that you have to deal with, and then there are your sisters.
I don't know if that's a compliment or not.
I certainly do believe it's preferable. Especially, well, considering.
Something that we need to do. Rebecca, take mark a point in your relationship with Mildred Constable. One of the mechanics is that a relationship with other characters begins at 0, and at the end of each scene, that relationship is increased by 1. And since there you are. So you've got, that total's gonna
1.
tick. You got 1.
They married cousins back then, so
Mhm.
It could happen. We never know.
You never know.
I do have a. I'm sorry. I have a question.
go ahead.
Do we need to roll or decide what kind of person we're looking for? That chart at the bottom.
Oh yeah. Well, you need to find a
Since we're
husband.
here and there might be eligible suitors.
I think what we'll do is like if like you see someone and you're like maybe we'll
Okay,
roll and
okay.
we'll see what kind of person. they
And
are.
we'll
That
throw
is-
at Zach all the improv in that situation.
yeah. Look, I knew what I was getting myself in for when I looked at this and went, "This is we'll do this one." So here we are. While you're all standing there in the air, and a sort of a sidewalk outside of this recital hall, stepping out into the nice summer sun, you see the children of Duke Braithwaite. First stepping out is the eldest, Sterling Braithwaite. They are relatively tall. Most of them is pretty lean, but they've got very nice sort of broad shoulders, like a very opulent sort of waistcoat. Their hair sort of half up, half down. The lower half is blowing in the fresh breeze. They're sort of almost like topaz colored eyes sort of gleaming in the sunlight. They are then followed by the second eldest, Felix Braithwaite, a little more stocky, a little more built, shorter than their elder sibling, a nice sort of clean crop of just dark brown hair, sort of lightly coiffed, nothing too fancy, just like a nice sort of tight fitting shirt, some breeches with the suspenders going, and some nice sort of like just under the knee high boots. The third eldest or second youngest, Josephine, a lovely lady in just a nice, lovely sort of sapphire colored dress, sort of, very tight, golden blonde ringlets, sort of, cascading down her shoulders, lovely green eyes. And then the youngest, Ambrose, steps out. Yes, Ambrose. I like that name a lot. And Ambrose, sort of, just like a wild crop of red hair sort of just poofing out the top of their head. The sides are cut very very close to the head. The red sort of poof is spiky and sort of tilting off to one side. They've got bright blue eyes, and kind of short, very lean, probably at most like 17, and the gaggle of the Braithwaites come out into the summer sun.
What was the name of the eldest again?
The eldest is
Sterling.
Sterling. Yes, Sterling.
I've got
Felix,
my eye on
Josephine,
one of these
and
Braithwaites.
Ambrose. Yes, the Braithwaites, the most eligible people of the social season, aside from you all, because the Ghost Lighton family are renowned for their 4 beautiful and gallant on the field of battle daughters. or any of you doing anything at this moment in time?
I think that Rebecca makes a show of saying hello to both Sterling and Josephina.
Awesome. So you like, is it like
Like
a drive-by sort of
very
thing, or
specific.
you go?
I think it's like a very specific like movement towards them as we cross paths,
Mhm.
and a noticeable hello to both Sterling and Josephina, but like that's it, and then move along, but like no recognition of their other siblings.
Awesome, like the soccer, like good game sort of line, like
Yeah,
as you,
yeah.
as you cross by.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
Amazing.
So you're attempting to charm both Josephine and Sterling, you said.
Mm-hmm.
So why don't you give us a roll to see
Okay.
how this goes? So you're gonna roll me a D10. This is a very unforgiving game. So
I know.
I
roll real
noticed
good.
that.
I didn't hear you, but it looked like you said that's a 10. Is anyone else hearing Kenzie for some
I
reason?
cannot
I'm
hear
not
Kenzie
hearing
in
her
this
anymore.
That is a
There it
9.
is.
There you go. A
Okay.
9.
Okay. A 9.
Awesome. So it's a success, but at a cost. So you mark 1. So this goes over to problems. When a result tells you to mark, put an X next to one of the following problems, and by that you can just let me know what the problem you're going for is.
Okay.
The GM will say when the problem hits 3 X's, it poses a serious and possibly permanent loss unless quickly solved. I'm gonna actually, now that that has come up, I'm gonna get a piece of paper out and I'm gonna.
I was gonna let you know what the problem was.
Awesome. So you go ahead and let me know what that problem is right here, right now.
Yeah, so the problem was growing up. Rebecca, because Sterling was a little bit older, Rebecca just had a massive crush on them.
Mm-hmm.
Just like couldn't figure out how to deal with it. It was just there all the time. And then Josephine came along and she was like, "Oh no,
Another one.
is that the same feeling?" And I think that Rebecca is split between 2 siblings at this moment.
Okay. What's on this list here? Is that one of the ones on here?
I
If
don't
not,
see
I'm
a
fine with it
problem
being
list
another one.
here.
Oh,
Am I
It's in the
just
middle.
missing? It's in
yeah,
the
it's
middle.
in the middle, right by the picture of the dragoon.
Oh,
There's a list of
apologies.
problems.
Yes, I see.
Yeah.
I wonder if womanly disposition causes problems.
I thought maybe that or disarmed. But like disarmed in this,
Like emotion. I'm
yeah,
fine
like
with
I
that.
thought
I
I
like that.
I was gonna say disarmed because I was like, I think that Rebecca was
interpretation.
all into Sterling, and then all of a sudden Rebecca Josephine came around, and Rebecca was like, "Oh no."
Oh no,
I think
another one.
disarmed.
That's very gorgeous.
Okay.
I think that as so you go by and you just sort of very coolly are like, hello. Like do you like specifically say hi to Sterling, hi to
Oh yes, I
Josephine, or
don't. Yeah, I think I say their names specifically. I walk by and I go, "Good day, Sterling," and then as the other walk by, I go, "Hello, Josephine," and then
I
that's
think
all I do.
I think you stop Sterling in their tracks. And when that happens, it's like the family pile up. So like Sterling
Mm.
stops and looks back at you, and so it's like Felix boof, Josephine boof, Ambrose boof, and they just like pile up for a
Well,
second.
then in that moment, I will say when that happens, I kind of, as I say hello to Sterling, I catch Josephine's arm so she doesn't fully fall.
Oh yeah. Josephine like sort of like does like the hand on like the upper chest, like thank you so very much.
Always, no worries.
I think at the sight
Good
of
day.
this, at the sight of this, Eliza immediately marches over and goes to second in line, who is picking themselves up, Felix. I
Yes.
am so sorry for my sister's interruption. Are you quite all right?
Yes, I'm doing quite well, thank you.
Good.
Eliza, it is, yes?
It is Felix, if I remember correctly.
Absolutely. He sort of, puts his hand out in an effort to take yours.
extends immediately.
Yeah,
The courtesies must
you know,
be observed.
takes it to his lips, gives it a little kissy. Are you attempting to do anything with this move, Eliza?
I definitely think, like, now that we're in the thick of it, at first it was mostly just an attempt to smooth over my sister's impertinence. But now that I'm here, I mean, we're gonna kind of bask in it a little bit.
Okay. Are we rolling for something, or are you're just taking a moment, you know, being like,
I think
being
we're
a
gonna
little
go ahead and
flirty?
roll, just kind of like a roll for, general kind of putting myself there into that narrative.
Awesome. Give me a roll.
That's gonna be a 5.
That's a 5. That's a standard failure, and
Mhm.
we're gonna mark 1 over here. So what are we marking, my friend?
Let's take a look here. I mean, because it's Eliza, I think it's Whispers from the Dark Between the Stars. Like, I think she was about to actually get something across the goal line here. Like, things were going to go pretty well. And then that voice came back. And it's not really a voice, it's more of an absence of anything in the back of her head. Something distracting. Present, but gone.
I think what happens is he takes your hands, your hand to his lips and gives it a kiss, and I think when that happens, your job is you're in you're tending to the eldritch core, the being that powers your family's dragoon. You know, you're down there interacting with who knows what. And I feel like you see Felix like a shiver runs up his spine after he kisses your hand. And there's a moment of and he drops your hand and sort of looks at you with fear for a moment,
Mm-hmm.
and then moves on.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So it goes. Please.
Yes, Martha.
Are any of the Braithwaite children soldiers?
I feel like Sterling is definitely the eldest, is made to sort of set that example, and so has been gone through a lot of sort of military training, though they haven't seen combat, probably because of just who because of who their father is.
Of course.
They're still very much immersed in that. Like if they're anywhere, they're very far back from fighting on the battlefield technically, and Ambrose looking up to their eldest sibling is very much trying to follow in their footsteps. And so the two of them are very let's go.
Okay. Um, I think for the moment, Martha's at the cocktail table,
Oh, yes.
sipping something politely,
Mhm.
and kind of just watching for a moment to see what everyone else is doing and silently judging everybody about it. But kind of just for the moment taking everything in, to see where things might land. Um, just for the moment.
Just specifically of the situation with your family, or
Yes,
the
yes.
group as a whole. Awesome.
No,
Yeah,
what's going on with the two families? Martha's just sitting there judging everyone for
yeah,
all of
yeah.
that shit.
You're sitting there, doing some sippies. You watch Rebecca just stops the whole family in their tracks. Eliza comes in to try to smooth some of it over. Seems to completely wig Felix out, who'd sort of haunted, sort of walks away from what's happening. And while that's happening, we can also say that Jennifer, are you over with Eliza and Rebecca? Are you over by Martha? What are you up to?
Go up to Ambrose.
Okay.
Good morning, Ambrose. Would you like to come over for some croquet later?
I would love that, actually. That would be very, very fun.
Perfect.
Absolutely. Would you like to go get a snack real quick?
Sure.
Beautiful.
That was horrible.
Sure.
For someone with no social graces, I think it was great.
Yeah, I feel like we've lucked out and got the no social grace younger sibling with the sort of like, I'm just kind of a weird sprightly little friend, and so like they're like, yeah, let's go. So I think the two of you head off and you go get some snackies. Are you attempting to do any sort of flirting while this is happening?
Maybe our hand brushes as we reach for
Oh,
whatever there is a snack of.
okay. You want to give me a roll?
Sure.
Hell yeah.
A 7.
A 7. So a success, but at a cost. Mark 1. What are we marking?
Ooh. Perhaps public embarrassment?
Public embarrassment. Okay. Okay.
Maybe it's a oops, and she brings her hand back too quick, and maybe like her hip bumps the table and knocks over the champagne tower.
I love that so very, very much. Actually, yeah. There's a moment where like the two of your hands touch, and I think like Ambrose, like like it's like and one that happens like they're like the food that they're having like slips out of their hand and like hits you like your dress, and you're like, oh no, and you lean back and the table gets bumped, and then that hits the table with the champagne tower, and it all just
More
but
champagne?
you look at Ambrose, who like when you say anyone champagne, and Ambrose like just dies laughing, not like at you, but like that was just a funny circumstance because you did succeed, so the flirting did work. They found that whole thing incredibly charming, and yeah. And so Martha, you're sitting there, you watch all of that transpire, and you're just like.
With that in mind, can I, assuming that Sterling has like already kind of pulled back and is just like not trying to involve himself in anything, could I catch eyes with Sterling to go, what the fuck is our family like with this exchange?
I think you could definitely do that after
Amazing.
everything. Yeah.
Amazing.
I love that Rebecca caused so much like bullshit and then like also just got the fuck out of there. Like Rebecca's like, I'm gonna make a statement and get out.
And I'm out.
And then
I
Eliza stops
started it and I stopped it. I don't know.
Oh, fucking hell. Yeah, go ahead. Make me a little roll here.
Amazing. That is a 5.
That's a 5. That's a standard failure. Mark 1.
All right.
All right, so what are we marking?
I think Martha strikes me as a little more utilitarian than the rest of the sisters, perhaps. So I think my outfit is deemed unfashionable.
Oh no.
I think I make eyes with Sterling, and Sterling kind of like looks at what I'm wearing, and that's
Ruffles this
Yeah.
year.
Yeah. Ruffles were out last season. Ugh.
Yeah, I think there's a moment of like, you catch eyes, Sterling kind of gives you the once over and just kind of like gives you like a polite like head nod, but goes sort of the other direction. And so as you're all sort of reeling and recovering from these moments, you hear in the distance and you look, and sort of off into a little ways into a field, you see a number of French soldiers in clockwork power armor that are all sort of like landing sort of 3-point style in the grass, about to lay siege to this party. So I think it's time to summon the dragoon. So with that, Sisters Ghostlighten, what does this look like when the four of you sort of like, how
I like to think we all like at the same moment just turn and look at each other. Like even despite our dissimilarities, we know what to do in this situation.
Definitely.
And it's just like a
I feel like we all have to have like some sort of like very, like you said, very Voltron, very Power Rangers. We all have like some sort of trinket that is like representative of our role. And so like we have this moment of like pulling it out and like pressing a button or calling something or whatever it might be. Um yeah.
Eliza's is absolutely a small lantern with a dark core, just like hung
Amazing.
on a pendant on the on a chain, and she just
Very
pulls it
good.
out and hangs it before her. A dark
Rebecca
light fills the area.
leans down and like fishes something out of the boot below her dress and pulls it up. And in the light, it could be something from Sterling or something from Josephine, and no one knows what it is.
Oh man. I think uh yeah, I think Martha pulls out a like small spyglass like from a handbag and uses that like kind of like a scope for a moment and then like montages in.
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah.
Oh. And takes a hairpin out of her hair that's a key to the Dragoons, and she's driving it.
Amazing.
Nice. I like it.
I also
Yeah.
almost went with hairpin, so I'm glad someone else went that way.
So is it like a thing where like it like sort of just like apparates where you are? Does it just like and like land
think
by you? What
I
is this,
think
like,
it
sort of action sequence?
launches.
Yeah,
It
no.
launches.
Yeah, it launches and 3-point lands next to us.
Mm-hmm.
Very good.
And we're all standing
Yeah,
in front of it in a different action pose.
yeah, I think as it's coming in, there's a moment of like where Sterling like like runs and like tackles like an older woman like out of the way as this big thing comes and like lands. You all sort of get it's one of those things where like Power Rangers where you all sort of jump heroically and then it like spiral cuts and then you're all inside in your sort of seats. Like we don't even see the awkward moments of you all trying to climb
No.
into the thing.
No,
Like,
no.
it just
Never.
cuts that all and I think the first combat with your Dragoon, whose name is
Ooh.
Oh, it should be like another sister name. that we
Oh, see, I
don't
was gonna say
have.
Fitzroy.
Oh, sorry. I was wrong then.
I mean,
Darcy.
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 Darcy's really good.
It does have to be Darcy. It
Yeah, it's
does.
Mr.
Yeah,
Darcy.
it was always Darcy.
It was
It was
always.
always Darcy.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you all hop in your Dragoon, Darcy, Darsgoon.
Darsgoon.
Darsgoon. And this begins. So, yeah, like I said, there is say like a solid 30 soldiers in this clockwork sort of power armor. So confer. I'm gonna pull up a little clock here and give you guys 30 seconds to confer, figure out what you want to do, and then and in that time you also need to message me what you would like to do, and then we'll just kind of go from there. Sound good?
Are we like right in front of the soldiers? Like, are they like directly in front of us, or are they
They're
somewhere else?
let's say that they're like maybe like a solid 150 yards from you. So
Okay.
like they're they landed like made their entrance and they're sort of out. I feel like they kind of got stopped in their tracks as they watch Mr. Darcy come just like fucking halo jump in.
And am I correct that we are looking at the list of things that we do to operate our various Dragoon parts? So like I have like
Yes,
let loose
so
a shot or unleash hell.
yeah,
Like that's what we're looking at.
exactly.
Okay. Thank you.
Exactly. So yes, it is we're gonna go from 5, 4, 3, 2,
Oh,
1.
okay.
30 seconds on the clock.
Okay.
Okay.
Do we want to go straight at them, or like wait for them to come to us?
I would say we should wait. So like we should like launch ranged attacks for a bit at least before we jump into the fray.
I can redirect
Okay.
power to ranged weapons. That should give us a little bit of extra juice, at least in this first round.
Perfect. I can cover an area and watch for enemy movement.
I can
50
bring up a
seconds.
shield to stop any fire we take as we make fire.
I'm gonna brace our legs into the ground so that we're really stable.
Amazing.
Send me those. I'm gonna be nice and say 30 seconds for conferring, and then you can
Oh,
send your
sorry. Yeah,
messages.
I was not. I didn't realize
Because
we had
it
to
was
send in
real
that time.
fast. Yeah. So I'm gonna be we'll do 30 seconds of conferring. Send me your messages after that.
Oh, and of course.
Are we supposed to send them
Yeah,
to just you?
I mean, you could, but you also just talked about what you're gonna do. So unless you like want to be real sneaky about it and do something that you said you weren't gonna do, don't worry about it.
All right.
Awesome. So let's work our way through this. Let's go. Yeah, oldest down. So Eliza, you said you're gonna redirect power to your ranged weapons.
Mm-hmm.
All right, give me a roll.
It's gonna be a 6.
That is a 6. That 6 isn't an option on here.
6 is. I also
There's
just
3 to 5 and then 7 to 9.
Oh.
We're gonna count
Oh
that.
no! Really?
Yep.
Yeah, it's not an option on here. We're gonna count that as a success, but at a cost. So
Sounds
we'll
good.
do
Yeah.
a success, and so mark 1 for me.
Excellent. We'll go ahead and say, what's
Yeah,
good?
Grant. Like we've been sort of flavoring these kind of as the things you're picking. They technically don't happen until you have 3 X's in a thing. So don't feel like you have to
Gotcha.
like completely abide by the thing. Just like
I'll do sister injured.
sister injured as an option. Okay, cool.
Mhm.
So that's 1 towards that.
As the core starts to heat up, that makes a lot of sense to me.
Awesome. Yeah. Weapons is is that Martha's the weapons person, or is that
Yes, but if we're going in order of age, Rebecca's next.
Well, yeah, I was just saying you feel as from the core like
Oh, got it. Sorry.
all of your
hurt.
systems sort of lighten up, getting like especially supercharged as Eliza was successful. So yes, Rebecca.
Yeah, so I bring one of the dragoon's arms up in a shield motion to stop fire from the rest of everybody who may be the French who may be firing at us.
Fantastic. All right, give me a roll.
An 8.
An 8. Very good. All right, success but at a cost. Mark 1.
Yeah, I guess I have to pick a cost, right? I think motive systems damaged is a good one.
Motive systems damaged. Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay. Gorgeous. So yeah, you sort of you're feeling a lot of power going towards your towards the Martha's arm here that you holds your weapons, but you have your sort of backup energy. You're ready to get coursing into this shield, and you just watch the arms sort of split open, and like a little sort of nodule sticks out, and just that eldritch energy that powers your Mr. Darcy sort of solidifies into a large sort of big kite shield to block incoming assaults. Beautiful. Now, Martha.
So I think that this thing's just like laced with various artillery.
Yes.
And I think there is like a Baker rifle in each arm that like fires and then flips to like be reloaded. So it's just like bam, 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 bam. As one is reloading, the other's firing. To get the cover that we need across the way.
All right, make a roll for me.
6.
I'm gonna actually give you advantage
Okay.
since you had power rediverted towards you.
Okay, so roll again.
I think
Or-
so. I think so. Yeah, you give me a second roll.
That is an 8.
An 8, fantastic, full success. Yeah, I think we're gonna. There's something in here about like getting advantage. With relationships it happens, but yeah, I think if like
Gotcha.
you do things in this to sort of set up your other sisters for
Yeah.
success, then
I don't
yeah,
see
I
why
think
not.
it's worth it giving you an extra roll.
So
So yeah, full
I have to pick
success,
one?
mark 1. Well, yeah.
Oh yeah,
So
mark
yeah,
one.
so
Let's
yeah,
see.
it is a success, but yeah, at a cost.
Yes. I think I'm going too fast. I think weapons jammed.
Weapons jammed.
Mm.
Okay. Now again, remember that doesn't happen necessarily at the moment, but that just means that there's more of a possibility of it. You're getting
Gotcha.
the work's all gummed up because it only happens
Okay.
when you garner 3 X's on a thing.
Okay,
does it, like,
I
fully
read that
take
differently,
effect.
but I like that interpretation.
How did you read it?
that the problem happens but doesn't become a permanent serious threat until it happens multiple times.
Oh, that's fair. Well,
But I like yours too. If that's the way let's do that.
yeah, it's
I like
yeah.
yours.
Well, I when I was a cowboy at Cedar Point, I had heard a story about someone that fired a gun so many times and they didn't clean it, so that the carbon blocked the barrel.
Yeah.
So I think it's one of those things you're just firing so
Yeah.
much that so much shit's getting like
Yeah.
just slag is stuck in there, and if it keeps happening for too long, who knows?
Mhm, mhm.
Beautiful. Jennifer, you said that you're kind of sinking the legs into brace.
Yeah. So I'm
Fantastic.
thinking, yeah, Jennifer's in like that seat with the 2 joysticks on either side
Yeah,
of her.
I like it.
And on top of like 2 buttons that maybe like stakes shoot
Oh,
into
I
the
love
ground.
that. Yeah.
So
Awesome.
a nice wide stance and then stakes into the ground.
Give me that roll. Yeah.
A 9.
A 9. Very good. A success at a cost. Mark 1.
Late
It's
for a
good now because
party.
you can spread it out.
You're
But,
late for a party.
for a
You're late
party.
for a party because you're fighting.
We were in the
Late
middle of
for-
something.
We were in the middle of the party when that
We're
happened,
defending
so
some
that
stuff
you know.
for
We
Right.
were.
Another one.
And if
Yeah,
we don't get this
I
taken
think
care of,
Jennifer,
it's gonna be on
Jennifer, it's one of those one of those things where like Martha's, you're like, and it's firing so fast that like you're sliding backwards and you like latch the feet into the ground and you stop sliding, and it's very cool.
I better be home for croquet. I scream up to everyone.
Rebecca just rolls her eyes.
If you want to be,
Well, if
Yeah,
you keep
I-
us planted, we'll have a better shot at it. All right.
Okay.
if you want to be home for
Okay.
croquet, let's hit them in the wickets.
Yeah, so Martha, you've lit up like the whole section where these things were, and you saw a couple of them fucking like flea jump out of the way. But like you take a fair amount of this group of 30 out with just like your crazy souped up sort of overclocked gun. The couple that are left, a few shots come flying in from like they've got like big backpacks that like had helps them with their big jump thing, and they kind of Ghostbusters style like bring like a gun, like a musket looking thing to the front that like seems to be charging up. A couple of them fire, but they bounce right off of Rebecca's fantastic impressive shield. But a couple of them come jumping in your direction and sort of land on top of you in a couple different spots, and are like trying to like pry the plates of Mr. Darcy up to get to the people inside. So you're getting some sort of hull damage as a couple of some of these soldiers have landed on you and are trying to tear you to pieces.
All together, Darcy.
All right. Round 2, here we go. I'm going to give you another countdown and we'll get ready. Are you guys ready?
Yes.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 30 seconds.
Spin maneuver?
Ooh,
I think
Yes.
spin maneuver
A
is I pull out the
pirouette.
saber.
A pirouette.
Yes.
So we pull out the
yes.
saber, spin maneuver, take them out as
Oh.
they come.
I'll work
And
on
if-
repairing damage. They're already
Perfect.
on.
And while you're doing that, this is too close combat for me, so I'm going to calculate my next firing solution.
10 seconds.
All right.
Cool.
Yeah, I sent you
Also send mine.
my thing. Yeah.
This will actually spin move a la ballerina. I love
A
it.
la ballerina.
All right. I want to do this. I'm going to go reverse order this time.
Oh.
So we're going to start from Jennifer as she kicks off this spin move.
Yeah,
from the
it's-
pilot,
Both
Um,
joysticks completely to the left.
just
Just crank it so hard.
crank that soldier boy. All right, give me a roll.
9 again.
9 again. Hell yes.
Hair flip.
Awesome. So what are we marking?
What should we do?
If you need context of what we've already marked, we have disarmed mark, whispers from the dark, outfit deemed, public embarrassment, outfit
hear that
deemed
one.
unfashionable, sister injured, motive systems damage, weapons jammed, late for a party.
Mm-hmm. We will say A gentleman's dark secret is uncovered.
Ooh.
Okay.
Are we all marking these marks? Like, if I marked one for disarmed, everybody has one for disarmed?
Yeah, I'm keeping
Great.
track of like these are the marks for all of you. So like
Beautiful.
right now it's fine, right? Because you could spread them out among the whole
100%.
list, but then you have to start adding them into ones you've
Okay.
already marked them in, and
Just checking.
that's where things get a little messy. A gentleman's dark secret. Yeah, right now it's like when you play if you've ever played oh god, what's the Jenga tower game?
Jenga?
The
Oh.
Dread.
Dread.
Yeah.
Yes.
Whereas it's real easy at the beginning, right?
Yeah.
But then it starts getting real precarious at the end. Dark secret. Beautiful. Yeah, so Jennifer, you said you like crank the things to the side and the people on the outside are very perplexed as they watch Mr. Darcy like perfectly go into like a quintuple pirouette as the dragoon just leg up, arms in the whatever that's called. I don't know ballerina terms. You guys just spin like a fucking top. So that would take us then to Martha.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, as this is happening, I'm doing the calculation to figure out what the next possible shot could be, at something nearby and not the thing on top of us, because that's risky business.
Yes.
So I am doing very quick math and calculations to figure this out.
Awesome. Yeah. You are spying like the last couple soldiers that like weren't one decimated by you in that first round, or two what didn't jump and land on you. So the couple of people that are still back, like trying to take some shots at you. So yeah, go ahead and give me a roll. I won't give it at advantage because you are
No, that
spinning very, very fast.
legit, and that's a 4 anyway. So that is.
Awesome. That's a big failure. So
Mhm.
standard failure, mark 1. What are we marking?
Um, I mean, I can't figure out who's gonna coming next. So I think surrounded by enemy forces.
Surrounded by enemy forces.
That's good. That's good. That's good.
Gorgeous. Yeah, you're trying. It's like you got like the Star Wars targeting computer kind of thing going, and since you're spinning
Mm-hmm.
so fast, like you just can't get anything locked for long enough,
Yeah,
and it's
yeah, yeah.
a little difficult. So the gun is not firing. Rebecca, you got a
As
sword
we as we begin to spin, Rebecca pulls the saber out of Mr. Darcy and just like kind of holds it out because I think at like kind of how we're spinning, she doesn't really have to do much. Can just kind of like take them as they come as we
Yeah, you've
spin.
got momentum. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna give you that one with advantage because
Okay.
like you said, you don't have anything you got to do really.
Well, that was a 1 and a 4. So,
Oh.
Big fail. Yeah, I think it's kind of like the Pacific Rim sword where like that shield you had and that nodule that came out, like the shield fades and it sort of unravels like chain like for a second. And so as you're going, like it doesn't find its rigidity in time to like actually cut anyone. But you've got a sword out for next time. Um
yeah. Do I
you
have to
do
mark
need to
any for
mark
that?
one. We do need
Mark
to mark
1.
one. Yes. Because you had advantage in the second one. The highest was a 4, correct?
Yeah, I want to say weapons damage jam for that as well.
All right, that's 2 for
I
weapons
know,
jammed.
I know.
Okay. All right. And then Eliza.
That's gonna be I am working to repair the damage that those who landed on us did, and so
Very
we'll see
good.
how this goes. On the table, Hatfill. All right, please hold while I get my other D10 because it fell into the abyss of under my desk.
Oh, I thought you
Oh
were like, because it rolled
no.
terrible, and I was like, oh,
Holding
this
for
is a bad
D10.
round for you guys.
Oh, hey, I got a 9. That's okay.
Nice. All right, so you still mark 1.
Yep. I'm gonna say, public embarrassment because I got covered in Frenchmen, and that's awful.
It's fair.
Objectively.
Speak for yourself.
Ayo. But yeah,
Brilliant.
I think Eliza is just being boosted by the Eldritch Core is crawling around on the inside of Mr. Darcy and is pulling panels back into place and allowing the core to essentially like go wild just a little bit so that the gravity inside is pulling itself together a little bit more, releasing it, pulling it, releasing it, just allowing the machinery to do the work that Eliza knows it can do and helping where it can't.
Yeah, no, from the outside it's absolutely haunting because people are seeing like these just like, like green like energy hands like just like pulling pieces back together. I feel like you all hear like the screaming of one of the Frenchmen as like one of his arms got like pinned in a plate that got pulled back down and it's just like attached to the outside of you and it's like, oh, something. And a couple of shots come in, and I think probably end up taking like hitting the side of the torso since your shield is no longer out at the moment, causing a little more damage. But it's like you had damage that got healed, the other one. So at the end of the day, really not net gain, net loss. You're looking all right. And we'll do another round. Get prepped. We're gonna start in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
I'm going to unleash hell with the shot cannon.
Mm.
I'm tired of these motherfuckers.
I can either redivert power or I can scan the surroundings, see if we have any other additional targets coming in.
I'm gonna use an otherwise option.
Do we have any preference in which way I go as far as rediverting power or scanning?
I say scan.
Okay.
There is ETC as well, etc. So
sure.
If there's something else, otherwise you would like to do, by all means.
Okay, so I would just like to point out that I typed unleash hell with the snot cannon.
Gross.
That's what I accidentally typed instead of shot cannon.
How dare you make a spelling error?
Okay, Kenzie. I'm pumped by whatever this means.
We'll see.
I'm pumped by whatever this means.
I don't know either. We'll see what happens.
All right, so we're gonna start back from the other top. So Eliza.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we are scanning the surroundings. And
all right, so you're doing a scan.
That's gonna be a 3.
That's a 3. That is a standard failure. Mark 1.
I will go ahead and say, what was it? There was one that made a lot of sense, and now I can't see it. Surrounded by enemy forces. I think we got 2 on there now.
Okay.
I
got
think
2 on there. We have yet to get your womanly disposition causes problems. We haven't gotten eternity reactor hemorrhage, or we haven't had a boring man makes his feelings known.
I think
so we haven't had any mark on those. I still think, just so we're aware.
This time I do think it is surrounded by enemy forces, but I need to remember that eternity core is an option.
Awesome. Moving down then to Rebecca.
Alrighty, so
yeah, I'm ready for whatever this is. I got like a very cryptic and like harrowing message.
That's okay. I got really this. Pumped. So kind of like the dragoon kind of like spins around and like finally stabilizes after that last move, and that saber didn't hit anything, and Rebecca's just fueling veins fiery with anger, and through loudspeakers that come out of the dragoon, the French enemy forces can just hear, "Well, you're all acting quite stupid, don't you think? Because we have a machine that is about 30 feet your height. And if you think you have any fucking chance against us, then you would better think differently."
So you're just making an intimidation check, essentially.
I mean, I am, what my specific thing is, deliver a challenge or offer of a wager. So the offer is, you should probably just leave or be decimated.
All right, give me a roll.
Alrighty. Where did my die go? Okay, there it is.
Rebecca, Mummy won't like that you cursed.
Well, Mummy won't like that I rolled a 2.
No. Oh, that's a sizable failure.
I
too, so
know.
you marked 2. All right, so what are we
Oh
marking?
man.
Oof. Okay, so we're
Ooh.
definitely gonna have to mark public embarrassment.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I
Is
think
that
we
the-
should also mark motive systems damaged.
Awesome.
That
So,
was a pretty
modem systems is at 2.
yeah.
Public embarrassment is at 3 X's right now.
Ooh, that's unsurprising.
But yeah, so when a problem hits 3 X's, it poses a serious and possibly permanent loss unless quickly solved. Noted.
None of the Braithwaites are ever gonna fall in love with me now.
They're not going to
You're
fall
just
in love with any
trash.
of us.
I know exactly how this is gonna
Perfect.
how this will happen. Fantastic. Let's go to Martha.
Yeah, so I am unleashing absolute hell with the shot cannon, which is I think something that is like shoulder mounted. So I'm just like as much as I can to try and hold the rest of them at bay there. So I'll roll that. That is a 6.
That is a 6. Did anyone do anything that could? No, because everyone's failed.
Yeah, no,
Oh well, we're calling 6s successes because
Yes.
it's not on the chart. So yes, cool success. But that cost mark 1.
yes. I think I'm gonna go with sister injured, I think.
Sister injured. Noted. That's a 2. All right. And then yeah, so you start firing, and then Jennifer. You said that you're trying to get closer to the remaining folks.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So
Hit
it's
it.
like a like as we go with each shot.
I like it.
4.
A 4.
Dang it.
Okay.
We're all really
so
nailing it this
let's-
round.
The last 2 rounds have been a little like the first one y'all crushed it. And then
Yeah.
The
this
stakes
one
weren't
did
high.
not go great. Yeah, it's look, this is a like you either it goes well or it goes real bad. All right, mark 1.
My womanly disposition causes problems.
Okay. Yeah, I think what happens, kind of filling out the public embarrassment thing here. And I don't know if it resets down to 0 when it's done, or if just public embarrassment isn't an option anymore. I'm not sure. But what happens?
You get to make that decision.
I think you
Is
do.
that so Martha unloads, clipping like what like 3 of the last 4 soldiers that are out there, and sort of it goes through like the shoulder of like the last remaining guy, and I think that's where you find the moment of like click 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 where your gun is out, and Jennifer tries to run and the legs don't move because I think after the big spin, like the feet got dug in real hard, and so like you're kind of in there and you can't move, your gun's out. And the last remaining Frenchman stands tall and says, "You ridiculous British man! How dare you decimate my forces! I swear vengeance upon all of you! You're stupid, and you're not very good with your giant robot! Farewell until next time!" And he just kind of limps. Oh, God. These hurts, and just kind of takes off into the British countryside all alone. So one got away, scorned you, said that you're terrible, and leaves. How embarrassing is that?
It's pretty bad.
He called us a man.
I noticed that too. It was very rude.
To be fair, Mr. Darcy does outwardly appear to be a male figure. We could
True.
change that.
I will say that the voice that came out of it, I do think is quite feminine, despite my misgivings about that whole situation.
You're not wrong.
Right. Well,
Sorry, Jennifer, what are you saying?
I think Mr. Darcy would look great in yellow.
I don't have a preference, so do what you want with him.
Wonderful.
Have to wait till we get home, though. I don't know where you're going to get the paint, but I suppose that's a
Oh
problem
no,
for now.
dear sister, a dress.
I don't know where you're going to get the fabric. It's
Do
so
we
many
have
sheep.
enough money? Would Mama give that to you?
Saying we're rich. Why do you think we have a dragoon?
This thing is falling apart.
Father is a
If we're
Viscount.
being,
I have been spending too much time with people not of my station, apparently.
Yeah, you sort of dismount Mr. Darcy, and he sort of back up dismount Mr. Darcy.
Are any of the Braithwaites looking at us in awe, or are they not there? Do they think that we're idiots? What's going on?
I think the Braithwaites are notably gone. I think Mildred comes up to you, Becky, goes, "Oh, you all did lovely."
You don't have to lie to my face.
She
It's
does.
okay.
Yeah, she gives you one of these.
Yes.
Now, to be fair, most of them are quite dead.
I would also say that, to be fair, we did save this estate
Well,
from the
I mean,
French
it was a great effort.
in a rather unfashionable manner, but we did.
A great effort.
War isn't a fashionable situation, my dear.
I didn't say fashionable.
I
said
know,
Like,
I was
no,
responding to
I
my
did.
sister.
Oh,
I know,
okay.
Eliza was
Well,
being
I'll
rude
leave
to
you
me, as
your
she usually
family,
is, so.
your family dynamic.
Well, Mildred,
Bye.
we just took a page out of your book and performed as well as you did at your recital.
Will you make me a roll?
oh wow!
Permission
A
to
7.
grant advantage because that's shit hot.
Sure. By all means. Let's give us
Another
another
7.
roll.
I feel bad.
Holy
There
shit!
you go. Success, but at a cost. Mark 1.
Gentleman's dark secret is uncovered.
I feel like you've picked that twice, and I want to know what. I want to know what is in your brain that makes you want to do that.
Because
mystery.
Hey, dark secrets aren't necessarily bad. Sometimes they're sexy. So,
I don't.
True.
Sometimes?
I just.
And I put in for that.
Can I
A
actually
sexy
change
secret.
sexy?
Yeah, you hear like Mildred gives you like a, and as she walks away, you hear, "Well, I never." As she
should
sort
more
of
often.
Does our fight count as a scene, and do we all take a mark on each other?
Yeah, I would say you all can probably can notch yourselves all up one. Also, we didn't give some out for your scenes with the Braithwaites. So Eliza, take one. I believe. Oh yeah. In your was it at the end of each scene, increase a relationship by one. So whoever in those scenes you wanted to increase one, because yeah, like Rebecca, you kind of had a thing with both Sterling and Josephine.
Yeah, well, I had already. Is that a different scene than the one where you told me to take one for Mildred?
Just you can take one for them. We'll call it.
Okay,
A scene. Yeah.
okay.
It's a one shot. I don't care.
I'm just checking. So we should pick a sister to have that mark on for that battle.
Yes. So pick
Okay,
one,
perfect.
like one of your sisters to have one.
Gotcha.
To boost.
Okay, I'm gonna choose Martha because I did the energy redirection.
Oh, nice.
I also chose Martha, because of the first thing where we did a shield and a shot at the same time.
Yeah.
Pretty neat.
I'm gonna
Who'd you pick,
choose
Jennifer?
Jennifer because of that
Ooh.
really cool spin maneuver. That was fucking sweet.
Spin move. Who did you pick, Jennifer?
I picked
I caught you in the
Rebecca.
middle of a sip.
It's okay.
Rebecca.
Oh,
Becky.
well, thank you.
Hey, Becky.
I'm also going to take Jennifer for that last scene, because that Eliza appreciates a solid burn, and that was a solid burn.
Dude, that was fucking cutthroat. I liked that a lot. Fantastic. So, as sort of, with the firefight that just sort of happened, a large amount of the sort of civilians have dispersed. And you're sort of, the Braithwaites have left. And the only place really for you to return to at the moment would be home.
Mm.
You know, Jennifer, you've got a croquet date later. And yeah, so you all head back to your homestead, the home of the Viscount Ghostlighten, um, for a little rest and recovery. What do you do once you sort of arrive at home?
I dive into my reading.
What's your reading, Eliza?
I think it really depends on the day. I think like there is obviously tomes upon tomes upon tomes of dark eldritch occult lore. However, we just had like a really heavy afternoon. I think she's just kind of going into something a little bit lighter, a little bit fluffier. I don't remember whether the Brontes predate what is going on now, but assuming they were first. It is probably some.
It's 1813, so I don't know when.
Brontes were like born in 1816, 1818.
Oh, so they're not even babs yet.
Nah. It is probably.
We can pretend.
I mean, here's the thing. It is whatever the equivalent of like pulpy trash romance is for the time.
Nice. You're reading smut.
I'm reading smut. Yeah. No,
Nice.
it's like, but
Welcome.
It's like,
but
yes.
Be written that smut.
but
be reading that
she
smut.
has it hidden within one of the Eldritch tomes because she
Nice.
will not be seen debasing herself. But y'all, she's doing the debasement, and it's fine, and it's good, and it's healthy. But she
Yes.
doesn't realize that yet.
That's fine. That's fine. Fantastic. Well, we'll move it down the order here then. Rebecca, what do you do?
Rebecca has stormed off to her room, leaving like muddy footprints on the floor, tracking up there, and then just like stomps and paces for a bit to the point where everybody can hear her stomping, and then eventually settles at a desk and begins to write explanation letters to the Braithwaites to why it went down that way.
So is Rebecca the type of person who blames the controller when she's playing video games?
It's less it's more of the fact that like Rebecca knows what happened, but she was like, these people don't, and we now look bad in their eyes, and I have to find an excuse so that we don't look bad. So honestly, I think most of the blame is on the French.
As it should be.
As it should be.
How dare you? Yeah, the Frenchman's in the room. Ha! I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Awesome. So you're just writing some letters.
I'm writing some letters to specifically Sterling and Joe. It is like Rebecca's penmanship is usually like perfect, but there's like right now like a twitchy anger to it, so everything's a little bit extra sharp, a little bit extra long. What would usually take her like a page and a half to write now takes like 2 pages to write because it's just a little bit bigger. And she's writing almost the exact same things to the siblings, except changing a couple words here and there to kind of evoke their separate sympathies.
Nice. That's not, yeah, Sterling's is a little more military sort of leaning.
Yeah, like with Sterling, it's like battle, this is what happened step by step. With Joe, it's like, you wouldn't even believe what happened inside of that mech suit. That type of situation.
I love it. Awesome. Yeah. Martha.
I think Martha engages in spite needlepoint. So so like just like all of those like annoyances, just like embroidering away, and I think it's the kind of stuff like it's like the more modern stuff. You like embroider a cross stitch, like look at my field of fucks and see how it is barren. Like, but like the era appropriate type of phrases for that. And I don't know what those would be, but like that kind of stuff. That's what she kind of like does to help herself calm down and just kind of like chill out after a very long and hard battle.
Yeah, the beginning of it, I think you probably poked yourself like
Oh yeah.
30 times. Like it's like that scene in Easy A when she's angrily sewing the A into all
Yes.
her clothes.
Yes.
It's like,
Yes.
God, damn it. Ow.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're just going for it.
And I think it's definitely just like a big like fuck the French like wall hanging. Or no, it's a
Just
throw
the
pillow.
French
It's a
flag
pillow.
on fire.
It's a pillow to like put on one of the couches or the
Hell yes.
or the whatever. Yeah, sorry to actual any French people
French
watching.
viewers.
This is
Strange
situation
time
and
in
era
history.
specific.
Mhm. You don't have a text without
And-
context.
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it's funny because at this point where the French this is what Queen Charlotte King. I'm trying to think of if
I
the
don't know
French
enough
were
about
like
regular
chill,
history.
We're chill with America at this point.
Like
Oof.
regular
Probably.
history as opposed to.
Literary history.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yes, yes, yes.
Because like this is the King George that also was a mean guy during the Revolutionary War. So like in theory, the French were on our side during all of this.
Yeah.
Yeah, here we are. Awesome. And then Jennifer, what are you up to? Are you preparing for your croquet date?
Yes, I need to find our elderly housekeeper, a Scotsman named Duncan. Take it away.
Oh yeah. Why, hello there, young miss. How are you?
Very good, Duncan.
Well, what can I do for you?
I need the croquet equipment, please.
Absolutely, I'll get that set up on the southern lawn as soon as I possibly can.
Thanks, Duncan.
Most definitely. Duncan's sort of, a hunched over old man. He's got, suspenders and like the, some little breeches on. And he goes teetering off to like a shed where, the sort of lawn stuff is. You didn't think I was going to have it.
I was
did you?
that seemed like a very pointed accent to ask of him.
I just
I
knew we
think-
could do it.
There you go, there you go.
I knew we could do it.
Yeah, no, at some point, a very McGonagall-esque, your housemaid, he's like, young missus, calm down, there's tea.
Now he's just going to go through all of his accents that he
Yes,
can.
yeah. We've
Now,
started a
you gave me an excuse to
monster.
show
Yeah.
off. I don't want to show off no more.
So
and-
McGonagall is giving me
Yeah,
Snacks?
She yells up the stairs.
Yeah, like up the
I've-
stairs to you all about of that tea is being served.
Rebecca rips open the door and says, I'll be down when I'm quite ready for it, and slams the door again.
She's in one of her
Daphne.
moods.
You must make haste. Oh, very good. So here's a question for you, my players. So at this point, we're about an hour 15 in. Does anyone need a break? Are we feeling good? How are we doing?
We could grab a break.
I'd take a break.
A break
Oh,
sounds
quick
nice
break?
to me.
Refresh
I
my
could use
beverage.
another beverage.
Yeah.
I don't have a.
Yeah.
I ran out of my beverage.
I was going to say,
so
I'm
let me
almost
know.
done with my water. Would like some more.
I thought it was very funny as you picked it up. It was
It was
completely
it was
blurred
just
out. So it's like,
completely
this is-
blurred out. It was just completely blurred out. I know.
Censored water.
This glass
Water.
of water.
My glass of water. Well, now you
That
can
was
see
there.
it.
Now it is.
So it got closer to your face.
Yeah.
Never works when you're trying.
So what? Like, let's take like a quick 5. Does
Yeah,
that
that's
work?
cool with me.
All right.
A little
We'll be
quick
back in a
fiver.
moment.
That's 10. That's 5. Okay, 5.
Thank you,
minutes of
everybody.
fun.
All right. We'll see
Get
you
back
soon.
soon.
we're back.
Can
Hey.
you
And
hear
we're
us,
back.
Chad?
Oh, they can hear us. I
Oh,
see
this
the
time they
waveforms this
can hear
time.
us.
They can hear us. Cool, cool, cool. Do you all end up coming down for tea?
I'm the latest one, but yes.
Yeah, your maid, Ms. Mayhew, um, it sets out tea, some biscuits,
Mhm.
and gets out of your way, lets you enjoy your little snacky, your little midday tea.
I bring down the letters that I wrote and I give them
Mhm.
to like a butler to send off.
Fantastic. Yeah, no, I'll have this posted immediately, young miss.
Thank you, as you should.
As Ms. Mayhew teeters off, as you should.
Martha Mayhew.
Martha Mayhew.
Um, awesome. Yeah, you guys have a quiet afternoon. That is until Ambrose, Braithwaite, and their siblings arrive for
All of them?
croquet. All of them arrive for croquet.
You're
Gaggle
so
'em.
welcome.
Oh, I think this should be a well-known family thing about Rebecca and the two Blaithrights. I think that would be really good if everybody knew what was going on here.
Oh, sure.
It
Yeah.
is.
It's not talked about. It's
No,
just
no, no, no,
known.
but it's known.
It is
Yeah.
obvious and annoying.
Yes. Exactly.
But yeah, so yeah, stepping first in is the youngest, Ambrose, who immediately goes up to Jennifer. Are you ready to play? I'm very excited. I've been getting myself very sort of in the zone to dominate you all.
You
They
wish
say
to
as they
dominate
sort of
us.
Oh,
Mr.
in
Ambrose.
the game of croquet, in the game of
Jennifer, we having
apologies.
company and you didn't seem to tell any of us about it.
Well, I only invited Ambrose, so take it up with him.
Oh,
My apologies. They sort of turn around and look at all of their siblings and go, they wouldn't let me leave alone, so
It
well,
here
is.
we are.
It is only
You do need a
proper.
chaperone, so
Exactly. At your age, it is only proper to.
I'm 17.
And in a year, you will be able to operate upon your own. But until that point, the niceties must be observed.
I'm prime age for the season, Eliza, I promise you. Now, where are we sitting on the croquet?
Is it because you've done something. What is it? Dark?
Oh, yeah, yes, I'm. You see them sort of like, like stand up a bit straighter and like try to appear like mysterious as they sort of like quickly like pull some of their red hair. They like try to like get it over like their eye to seem like very mysterious.
I
And
don't
Sterling
believe
walks
you.
up and just like elbow checks them. Ow!
I think Duncan has things set out on the green if we want to go join.
Sterling says, that would be wonderful. Thank you very much. And sort of grabs Ambrose's shoulder and leads him off. What are you doing? I'm trying to be mysterious. And the Braithwaites sort of follow you out into the south lawn, where oh god, what name your grounds guy?
Duncan.
Duncan.
Duncan, yes, as Duncan has set up your game of croquet. So what is your individual sort of approaches to the game of croquet? Like, are you like in a very aggressive play? Like, do you know, like, who here knows the rules to croquet?
Personally, like, or character?
Like personally, like the
Absolutely
players
not.
here.
No.
Ben.
All right, so
I used to. Ben years.
I've played honestly a fair amount of croquet. So croquet, how it works is that there's essentially like a path that you have to take, through the hoops around, pins and
Yeah.
you have to get out and then come all the way back. And you want to be the first one to do that. The way I've learned it is that once you sort of make it the whole way around, like you win, but then you also become like poison. And so if you get your ball back out and hit other players' balls, then they're like eliminated.
Ooh.
And so it's one of those things where you can try to play direct, or you can play very aggressively and try to, smash other people's balls out of the way. So are you like a more passive player? Or are you more of an aggressive player?
This sounds like a game in which Rebecca would be very direct in the first round of getting her ball out and then just start taking people out
Oh,
as she
just
tried to come back. Yeah.
mhm. I
Yeah.
love that. That makes total sense.
Incredibly strategic.
Yeah.
Like, only interested in making the most efficient moves.
Yeah, Martha's got a lot of like the
Yeah.
arm.
Yeah.
You're,
Like
you're,
holding
you're,
out the mallet and like lining
Yeah.
things up like almost like a pull cue.
Yeah, love that.
I think Eliza is far more interested in playing hostess than playing croquet. And so I think
Thing.
it is so much like they are playing the game and they are playing passively well. They are playing to their station, but intentionally not beyond that so that they can continue to keep conversation flowing, keep everybody's, sportsmanship at an appropriate level, remind their sisters that this is a game and these are guests, and really just trying to make this a pleasant experience for all involved, so that maybe they don't remember that they if they are thinking about that Frenchman, no, they're not.
Fair enough. Yeah, I think on the other side, the Braithwaite Sterling, I think very similar to you, Eliza, is trying to like be like a example of like decorum, trying to keep like polite conversation happening, respectfully like applauding when someone does well, issuing like, you'll get them next times when people don't, aren't doing so well. Felix has a very quiet sort of focus, like is trying his best, like isn't gloating, but like he's like, I'm gonna win this. Josephine is wreaking havoc. If she is close to anyone, she is blasting them as far away from her as possible.
She's just
It's
gaining
just
points in Rebecca's mind.
she's just being a menace. And Ambrose is like, even when they goof it, like they're like, this is awesome. This is the best time I've ever had. So they've all got very sort of different vibes happening at the same time. Josephine and Sterling are having a lot of like those like silent. What are you doing? Why are you being?
That's the dichotomy, that's why there's a problem here.
Yeah, and so there's a lot of sort of weird sort of little side conversations as Sterling's trying to get their younger siblings kind of to like fucking chill. And a lot's going on. Will you all give me a roll to see how you do in this here game of croquet?
Jennifer plays croquet.
Oh,
her
did I not
father-
ask you? I'm so sorry.
It's okay. Her father just taught her the concept of guerrilla warfare. So beforehand, her and Duncan had set up the course in a way that she knows the terrain.
Yeah.
And yeah, she's coming over hills like it's her job.
Yeah, you know where like the divots are, so you can like
Exactly.
jumps and stuff. Like,
Yep.
I love that. I love that so much. God, you're all so very different, and you guys are great. So yeah, let's give me some rolls.
I got a 5.
I also got 5.
8,
7.
7.
3.
All right, so the three of you are standard failures. Everyone marks 1. So let's go, Jennifer first. What are you marking? The only ones that haven't been used yet,
Mhm.
just so we're aware, are Eternity Reactor Hemorrhage and A Boring Man Makes His Feelings Known.
Let's do a boring man.
Cool. A boring man. They're all on the board now. Well, sorry, there's one that's not on the board yet. Rebecca.
I have to say,
Rebecca.
surrounded by enemy forces.
Mm.
Noted.
I
Okay.
feel penned in.
Okay. And then Eliza.
My outfit is deemed unfashionable.
Your
I
outfit is
changed between, because I was jumping around in the inside Mr. Darcy, and the other one I put on last year's outfit, not expecting to have to be presentable today.
You got
And
home and
then
put your
Martha.
sweats on.
Exactly.
And so
Perfectly
Martha, you
reasonable.
succeed.
Yes.
So you still mark one.
Mhm.
So what are you marking?
Yes.
That's what I did.
I'm going.
I'm sorry.
That was Martha.
Yep.
You're good. You're good. I'm going to mark.
If anyone ever wants me to
Ooh.
run down the totals, let me know. I do like the fact that none of you
I think it's a
actually are
surprise.
totally aware of where
Yeah.
they are. Is very fun.
Yeah. I think, honestly, because it's been hinted at, I think a gentleman's dark secret is uncovered.
Martha, I think you end up winning. I think you end up winning the game of croquet.
All right.
I feel like that Josephine. There's a moment where like she picks up her mallet and is going to spike it in frustration. Sterling like freezes her with a look, and she and just sets it on the ground very sort of frustratingly. Ambrose kind of comes up and claps you on the shoulder. Good job, well done.
Thank you. It was purely mathematical.
Ambrose walks over to you, Jennifer, and he says, "You fought very, very well."
Did Martha?
Yeah, just congratulating her on a fantastic win. But you were a lot more fun to play with.
Would you like to go down to the creek?
Ambrose, I think, turns a look to Sterling, like can I? And
Please.
Sterling,
Please, sir.
gives them a sort of a nod. And I think they like take your hand and start heading that way.
There's a little bit of flutter
Nice.
within Jennifer.
Nice.
It was all fun and games, but something's awakening.
I think Rebecca takes this moment to, as Josephine kind of goes in for that hit and doesn't get it, like in consolation, like hand on the lower back, other hand on the shoulder, close, and just being like, no worries, dear, it happens all the time. Let them have their fun.
I just like to win so
Oh, I
badly.
totally understand. It's okay though. Sometimes it's better to let it go and watch what was supposed to happen. And Rebecca really draws her eyes to Jennifer and Ambrose as they walk towards the creek.
Oh, things are developing.
See. Exactly. Sometimes you have to let them happen.
Perhaps we should have a moment of our own.
Oh, quite so, I believe.
Felix, Sterling, I'm going to have a walk. And Josephine goes off with you for a bit. The other two of you, what are you making moves?
You have Sterling and Felix.
Mm-hmm.
There's Sterling and Felix.
I mean, look, we can't lose.
I mean, we can lose. Losing is always an option, isn't it? Like,
yeah, but so's winning.
there are. You don't understand probability, do you?
Never tell me the odds. I haven't lost yet, is all I'm saying.
And Martha kind of like takes like a half step back and does like a then by all means.
Hmm. Sterling, would you fancy a walk?
Yes. Sure.
Excellent.
Yeah. They offer their arm to you.
Takes it.
Fantastic. Duke Hastings Braithwaite is in fact married. Yes.
Damn it. Okay.
Yes. To the Duchess.
How I'm really wondering how that was going to come about. Like through Ambrose to the Duke.
Exactly.
Okay.
You're on the same wavelength. Thank you.
Yes.
Jennifer's
yes.
climbing ladders.
Mine was questioning that, but that's fine. I get it now.
Find
Yeah,
the ladder.
100%. Yeah.
Love it.
He doesn't have the heir. Sterling does, so.
All right.
The,
All
The
right.
Duke first.
I mean, that's fair.
Just have to kill her. I'm just kidding.
Hey, we have Mr. Darcy.
Yeah, you know, if
Mr.
the house
Darcy makes everything look
collapses-
like an accident.
Sorry,
Yeah,
Zach, we've taken over your game, and now it's become
Assassinate
just
the
just
the
assassinate the Duchess.
Good God.
What's the card game
Coup?
that
Who?
the card
The
there's a
card
card
game.
Who?
Coup.
Like the one that we play a lot?
The one that
I'm
that-
missing
that-
something.
It's called who?
It's called
No,
Coup.
Coup.
Oh,
Oh,
Coup?
Coup.
The
Yes.
one we say my Dukeness?
Yes.
Yes. No, I understand. I kept hearing who.
Yeah,
Like
me too.
no.
Me too.
W
Yeah.
WH. Oh.
Yes,
And I was like,
COUP.
I'm missing something. Yes, coup. That is the
Coup
one I'm thinking
d'etat.
of. It is now a game of coup.
It is now a game of Coup. My Dukeness.
My Dukeness.
Um,
Haven't had a good game of Coup. Man.
incredible. And Martha. You are left alone with Felix, probably the quietest of the Braithwaite children. He is sort of I respect your very efficient use of your game.
Thank you.
He's got like his hands behind his back. He looks so uncomfortable.
Do you fancy strategy yourself?
I do. Yes. In I guess a more political sense. Well, you see, Sterling was sort of, is the military one, and so with that, I was sort of left to learn statecraft and the like. I'm not doing a British accent. I'm bad at this. And the like.
Adopted.
Yeah, he's adopted from America.
I would be very interested in hearing more about statesmanship if you're willing to go on about it a little more at length.
Of course.
I hear it's a
Yeah.
very cutthroat career path.
Yeah, you see a moment like as he's looking back to shadows of moments past. And he snaps out of it. Of course, yes. Of course. Shall we have a spot of tea and discuss?
That sounds lovely.
The 1,000-yard stare.
I need to
As-
know what darkness Felix has inside now.
That's his dark secret bruise. Incredible. So you head inside. I guess first move to Jennifer. You and Ambrose have gone to beside the stream, I believe is what you said.
Yes, I couldn't think of the word for stream, and I said crick. So,
The crick.
hey, Ohio.
Yes, down by
Um,
the crick.
Mhm.
Hey, I get it.
But yes, by the stream, serene and beautiful.
Yeah. The two of you arrive.
I bet you can't throw a rock across this stream.
Oh, I'll give it my hardest. And yeah, there's the moment of like they're being very like picking up like stones and like comparing like the flatness and like being very picky about which stone they decide. And they say, "You never said I couldn't skip it," and they skip the rock across the stream, and it, into the dust on the other side. They look at you like that was the most impressive thing, even if it was not very impressive looking.
Um, I can do that too. And she'll look for another rock.
Yeah, there's of just two 16, 17-year-olds just like looking at the ground, digging around looking for rocks for a bit. All right,
And
show
once
me
I-
what you've got then.
Yes, I'd like to throw the rock. Should I roll for
Throw
it?
a rock. Give me a roll.
A
Please
6.
roll well.
So
A 6. Okay, success, but at a cost. Mark
I would
one.
kill for a 10.
We haven't gotten a 10 yet.
We haven't.
No.
Not gonna happen. Not gonna happen. I'm calling it right now.
Not
Not gonna happen. Nope.
Nope.
Okay. What would be good for this moment? My womanly disposition causes problems.
Your womanly disposition causes problems. Marked. Yeah, you don't even need to skip it. You just fucking like, and it just like, it's like if a rock were a frisbee, you like threw that thing and it just like catches the air perfect and just it hits it like hits you hear the thunk of a tree trunk, you hear like the of some sort of critter probably taking off after a rock came colliding into its tree.
Didn't even
That
have to
was-
touch the water.
That was incredible.
Well, I do come from a long line of military heroes.
Oh, like who?
My father?
Correct. I'm foolish of me.
What does your father do?
Well,
Besides being duke and all.
well, before, well, my mother's sort of family, it were, I'm trying to think of what a very sort of noble profession is. Well, were bankers, and upon marriage and the passing of my maternal grandmother and grandfather, yeah, noble profession, grandmother and grandfather, that business was then sort of left to my mother and father, who take care of that. But then also, my father, he's the duke, and facilitates what sort of the county needs.
That sounds boring.
It's a lot, and I'm very fortunate that Sterling and Felix have taken over the learning of such things, so that Josephine and I can enjoy our lives.
What are you learning?
Well, I'm learning many things. I learned how to ride a horse. I've learned to fence a little, which is very fun.
No,
I've
Ambrose. What do you want to do with your life?
oh, I guess I really haven't thought about that.
Have you thought about the whole marriage thing everyone is talking about?
Well, I definitely want to be married. I guess it's one of those things where I've had a very privileged life, and I guess I haven't really thought of what I need to. I've always had. You have given this child an existential crisis.
You're so welcome.
Buddy.
As they're sitting there, just like, yeah, what do I do? I've always had money. There's always been money there. I assumed it was always just gonna kind of be there.
Assumed it would always be for me.
That I'd always be taken care of. I don't know.
Well, sure you will, but you won't be Duke.
Well, yes. Well, I guess I should put some more thought in that. He like they look at you like very, very sort of like genuinely in the eye. Thank you. You're a very thought-provoking individual.
I know. Do you want to
I
throw a
also-
rock again, see if I can beat you once more?
Oh, I'm going to take you on. Here we go. They sort of step back and have like a very awkwardly wide pose as they try to huck another one. And I think, yeah, the two of you just go back and forth, just seeing who can outthrow the other person.
Perfect.
I think there's a very sort of cute moment where like they wing it and it hits a rock and it comes right back and just like middle of the forehead, like oh.
Are you all
But
right?
yeah, I'm fine. They just got like a little red spot, just like right between the eyebrows, and they're just like, oh, ow.
Maybe she'll like gingerly put her finger onto it.
Oh,
I
okay.
think you'll be fine.
Are you attempting to charm the young Ambrose?
Not quite yet. I think she's fumbling with what exactly is wooing and what is not.
Nice, noted. We'll move on to Rebecca. You are on a stroll with Josephine.
Yes, do I need to roll the like a-sided dice here for the
Yeah,
you
we
need to
totally
find a
forgot about this.
husband?
Yeah, real quick. Let's have Jennifer. Why don't you roll on that for me, real quick? That you need to
Okay.
find a husband. This chap is because
He's
we
4.
totally didn't do this. You said 4.
Sorry.
Good looking, but he knows it.
Oh yeah, I think with that
I
haircut,
feel like that
Oh, yeah,
matched
of
up
anyone.
perfectly.
You know that, like, Ambrose is feeling themselves most of the time. Like they're like, I look great. Yeah, I
Yeah.
like that for them. Awesome. So yeah, well, Rebecca, give me a roll on that.
Alrighty, let's see here. Tall, clumsy, ungraceful, number 5.
Awesome. They're tall. She's tall, clumsy, and ungraceful. Yeah, Yeah, I think you sort of picked up on that a little bit throughout the game as she's just sort of cracking people aside. You probably tripped on like a tree root at one point. Like she's kind of a mess, just like
Yeah,
a
as
walking, talking mess.
I think we are taking a stroll through the gardens of this estate. So, there are bushes, there are like small little bridges over the small creeks that run through our backyard. Like it's a whole thing. And the entire time I have made sure that I have our elbows connected. So to make sure
Oh
she
yeah.
does not take a tumble.
Yeah. Awesome.
Only for that reason, of course.
Awesome. What are you? What are the two of you talking about?
Oof, interesting. Yeah, I think as we go along, I kind of say, we're passing a specific area in the backyard, and I say, "Oh, do you remember that we used to play here as children?"
Oh yes, our state's not being too far. I remember us being quite great playmates indeed.
I believe it was, well, as we were of the bunch, ended up gravitating toward each other, but this was kind of the favored spot for, I believe, all of you siblings.
Yeah, no, I think there's like the moment of you remember when we carved our names into this tree, and like you run over to see if they're still there, and after all this time, there's all the Braithwaite's names or initials are carved,
And
and
I
your name.
think on the tree, it ended up being where the JB
Yeah,
and the RG were right next to each other.
yeah.
And we didn't notice before now.
Oh, there we are,
Oh,
right next to one another.
I look over.
Because times haven't changed.
Forth telling, I suppose.
Indeed. Yeah, she goes to like take a step, and I think she like gets caught on a tree root, and I think there's the moment of like where she slips. Will you roll to see if you catch her?
No, this is gonna be bad. I've not rolled well tonight, so
Hey, this is the one. This is the one right here.
it's an 8.
That's an 8. That's a good roll. Success, but at a cost. Mark 1.
I'm gonna mark Whispers from the Dark Between the Stars.
I love that. Incredible. Yeah, no, yeah, there's the moment. Yeah, you sort of like get like cradle the head, and like the arm goes around the waist as you
Yeah.
sort of catch her as she's like, and your faces end up like this close to one another. She
And I go,
impressive, aren't you?
would it be uncouth of me? And then I just kiss her.
Yeah. Incredible. Mark, yeah, I'm just gonna say, go ahead and mark one for the scene for Josephine. Incredible.
And I pull away and I kind of help her stand upright. And I say, I'm so sorry if that was forward of me, but it seemed as if neither of us would ever say it if we didn't just do it.
I'm happy it happened.
Me as well.
This Marcus.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, that's exactly what it sounds like too, everyone.
Yes, really good Foley there.
Thank you. Yeah, the two of you just kind of just
Make out against the tree.
yeah,
Yes, that is
yeah,
what
make
happens.
out against the
yeah.
tree. Fantastic. I'm very in love with everything that's happening. Eliza, you and Sterling are also on a bit of a walk. Sort of, I think the two of you having like a moment of like, finally we're away from the younger siblings.
I think I'm leading us towards the hedge maze because, of course, we have a hedge
Okay.
maze,
Well, why
Of
wouldn't
course you have a hedge maze. Why wouldn't you?
and of course,
Look, if
Eliza
they can have one in
is
Salt,
taking him
if
to
you
the
can
hedge maze.
look, if they have a hedge maze in Saltburn, why not here?
Absolutely.
Top 5 favorite movies.
Oh boy.
What a weird movie. Man.
I've read the
Loved it.
Wikipedia article to that movie twice, and I'm still not sure I understand what
Loved
the
it.
hell happens
Loved it.
in it.
I'll watch it 100 times. Loved it.
Been jamming and Murder on the Dance Floor ever since. Murder on the dance floor. And yeah, you two are heading to the hedge maze. Is the conversation sparkling? Is it sort of sparse?
I think we're actually talking about our siblings. Like, the reason Eliza ended up picking Sterling as opposed to Felix there, well, one, like, kind of struck out hard with Felix earlier in the day. Let's be clear here. But
You're not
two,
wrong. You're not wrong.
not wrong. But two, like, we are both the eldest siblings. And as an eldest sibling myself, I recognize that there is some commiseration to be having there. And I think it ends up turning into just a frank discussion about our younger counterparts.
Lovely. So, what does someone think she said about your sisters?
Well, I mean, they all have good heads on their shoulders. It's just they forget themselves, you know?
I understand.
I mean, your younger siblings, like, I mean, I'm sure the same happens with them. That's fair enough.
Yeah. Felix, understands the call of his, his station, what is required of him, much like I do. But Josephine and Ambrose, the two of them are, a bit aimless at the moment.
Which
two
is...
of them don't really have something that they're building towards.
And it seems like we almost... for lack of a better term, we just ate too much of the dinner. We handle so much in our day-to-days, and as long as we remain in the household, there's only going to be so much for them to do, only so much responsibility to maintain.
Well, at least luckily for the four of you, you've got, your big, your big contraption, and at least the four of you are
Mr. Darcy,
unified
please, he has a name.
Mr. Darcy, my apologies, but that the four of you are charged with doing together the Braithwaites. We don't have, I guess, a unifying thing.
And that is true, because I will tell you this. I will kvetch and I will moan about my sisters until the day turns to dusk, but the reality is I could not imagine anybody else being at my side and at my back when we are going up against a common foe. I love my sisters dearly, and we work so well together. Have you ever been within a dragoon, Sterling?
I have not.
Someday I will have to bring you aboard to look around. It is tricky to get down there. I will not bore you with the details today, but truly, it is an experience second to none. Now, I handle frankly the worst of it. I work around the core. It is dangerous, but I would be lying if I said it was anything short of exhilarating.
Eliza Ghostlighten, you impress me with every breath you breathe.
I can do so much more than breathe, my good Sterling.
That was slick. You want to roll to charm this bastard?
I mean, look, part of me says I feel I should just get this, but yeah, I do want to roll. I do.
Okay, you want? I'll give you an advantage. That was a good line. That was a very good line.
Okay.
It was a solid line.
Okay, that's good. You gave me an advantage because that first roll was a 2, but the second
Woo!
was an 8.
An 8, success, but at a cost. What's Mark 1? We still have not had the Eternity Reactor hemorrhage. We haven't had that one yet.
I'm gonna
So you're
say
aware.
that one. I'm gonna say that one this time because Eliza is inexorably linked to that core.
And you
And-
just invited someone on board our sacred space?
Well, and more to the point, well, yes, but also I invited an outsider within an eldritch temple.
Yeah.
Mm.
And
I think the.
Mhm.
Ooh, sorry, go ahead.
No, it's like if anything could cause that to hemorrhage, I think it would be an outsider being within.
Yeah, I think the shot, like, it's like we see like you, and it's like, this moment happens and like the two of you are looking at each other and you just said that cool ass line, and like we kind of hear like the focus is on like your chest where your heart would be, and we hear like a like a big like heartbeat sort of sound, and then it cuts to the reactor in the Dragoon and it echoes your heartbeat with a
Yes.
and then we go back to the two of you in the hedge maze. I would very much like to see your Dragoons someday.
Someday. Come,
Yeah,
we
they
must find
offer-
the center.
Yeah, they offer your arm, their arm back to you,
Mm-hmm.
and the two of you continue back inside, towards the center of the hedge maze. Martha, you're inside with Felix, having tea. How is this going?
I think Martha is like half and half actually interested and also just being polite. Like is actually interested in like the more like juicy details of political dealings. But like all the boring stuff, she's kind of just like, "Oh, yes, that must be terribly interesting." But like doing her best to make it seem like everything is just the most captivating.
Yeah. You see that there's just like ever since like he had that moment outside, there appears to just be like a weight on him. You know what I mean? Like something's weighing on like.
I think
his
Martha
soul.
like reaches out her hand to like as Felix is like going to like lift his teacup and like shaking
Yeah.
a little bit, and reaches out and like steadies his hand. Felix, there seems to be something that's weighing on your mind, and if it's something that you feel would do you better to share with me now, then I'd be more than happy to help you bear that burden.
Yeah, he sets his teacup down and says, "I'm terribly sorry. I'm awful company."
I would say the complete opposite. I very much enjoyed our time here.
Our previous conversation outside just had me brought up, well, a terrible memory.
This is a
Sorry.
no better time than to share it now, then.
Well, you see, I was accompanying my father out of the country to France, and well, there was an assassination attempt, and well, they were trying to kill my father and hold
That's
me
terrible.
for ransom, and Well, I wanted him to stop. I wanted him to quit trying to hurt my father, and I hurt him terribly.
You hurt your
So
father.
terribly. No,
Oh, sorry, I misunderstood. That's my bad.
the assailant. When I had realized what I had fully done, it was too late for him, and it's I see it every time I close my eyes.
I think Martha, like as Felix has that like 1,000-yard stare, Martha has this moment of, you killed someone? That's the issue?
Yeah, he's not used to killing
No,
people
I
every
know.
day.
I know
Killed
that.
like
I know
50
that. But
folks
the
today.
artillerist is going,
Yeah.
that's
That's
the
not a big deal.
problem?
That's it.
Okay, buddy. And so she just very, very kindly again it says, Felix, taking a life is never an easy task, but you did so bravely in the service and defense of your father, and there is no nobler a cause than to put someone else's life away. I think you're a very brave soul.
Thank you. I'm very grateful. Your warmth is inspiring.
That very well may be the first time that anyone's called me warm.
Yeah, I think he you like where you had like your hand on his, he
Yeah.
puts his other one
It
sort of
just-
on top of
yeah.
yours.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just over.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, you just
I
awkwardly
think
do that for 5 minutes.
yeah, yeah. Um, it's just I think this is Martha's story is the slowest of slow burns.
Yeah. Martha and Felix don't get together until like the third, like midway through the third season, sort of a vibe.
Easily.
You two separate. You think you find love with other people, and then like
Come back
you
together.
things fall apart for one or both of you, and then you seek solace in
Right.
each other, and then it's a whole
Right. Oh, should I roll on the table? Did I
Yeah,
need to
if
do
you would
that?
like. Oh yeah, you didn't. I don't think I had you
Oh,
roll on that
yeah.
either, Eliza. You need to
That
find a husband.
Are we
That is a
supposed to also
6.
roll on the and what's more he's ... table?
Oh damn, we forgot about that one too. Fuck.
Yeah, I just
So
didn't
many
want to like
tables.
interrupt.
All right, so I rolled a 6. He's terribly polite, which
Yeah.
is
Look,
true.
yeah.
And
What's
what's
more?
more, he's another 6. He's exceedingly well to do.
Look, both of those are not
It's
wrong
true.
about this young boy Felix.
I might be adding some drama into the mix here
Ooh,
because I
okay.
rolled a 2, which is for the first one, which is
Kind-hearted,
kind-hearted,
if a bit
soft, which
soft.
scans so far, and then I rolled an 8, a widower.
Ooh, he's a widower. Oh.
Oh, Sterling's
Sterling's a
been
widower.
married before.
Has been married before.
That makes
Ooh.
sense for the oldest, though.
It's true. It's true. Re-entering.
Yeah, if the
game.
youngest is like 16, 17, I'm gonna guess like Josephine's maybe like 19, like 19, 20. Felix probably like 23, 24. And so yeah,
Yeah.
Sterling's probably like 25, 26 years old. So like that makes sense. Like people died all the time back
Yeah.
then.
It happened. We're fighting the French.
Yeah. You know, people didn't realize that what allergies were, and like
Mhm.
you know, you get stung by a bee and then you're just dead sometimes.
26, ancient.
Ancient.
I did roll 7, worshiping the dark between the stars, which is so interesting because that's what I chose as the problem when I failed that roll.
Oh,
So
very interesting.
that's very interesting.
Awesome. And then yeah, Jennifer, will you give me a roll on that second table because we
Oh,
totally
I
overlooked
did.
it.
So Ambrose is good looking, but he knows it. And he's an ex-dragoon pilot.
He's an ex-dragoon pilot. Ooh,
So I don't trust these Braithwaites for a second.
I'm interested in figuring out how that happens.
Did he get kicked out of school? Like, is there
He
like
showed
a
some interest in
cool-
the fact that we had
Yeah.
it.
Yeah,
There.
he got
So
He got kicked out of an academy?
he got sent
Yeah.
away to Dragoon finishing school,
And
and
Sterling's trying to get it all back.
yeah.
yeah.
Well, I mean,
I
like,
see
we
it.
may be an anomaly that we're a family that owns a dragoon. Like, maybe,
That's
like, a lot
fair.
of them are, like, government owned and operated, like a part of the Navy, the military,
I
the
could vibe with that.
dragoonery.
It's valid.
Did you say a dragoonery?
A dragoonery, yes.
Dragoonery.
That's the
It's
branch
like a
of the
rookery.
military that operates the dragoons.
Oh,
Good,
okay.
Good.
Fuck. All right.
Yeah.
We're getting some interesting insights into the Braithwaites here.
You didn't
I
realize they
still-
were going to be the main characters.
Did I steal Braithwaite from Red Dead Redemption 2?
You sure did.
Absolutely.
And it's been
you did.
annoying me all
I'm-
game.
Fucking hell.
I had
I'm
forgotten
sorry.
that's where you got that's where it was.
Never
from.
played that
Yeah.
game, so I've been at peace.
It's really
It's,
good.
it was a manor. It's Braithwaite Manor, right?
Well, they're also the
Yes.
Braithwaite family.
Oh, is
And
there?
the-
Is
yeah,
there
the
a
Braithwaites
family?
live
Okay.
there.
There's the Braithwaites, and then there's a different family.
The Greys.
The
The Greys and the Braithwaites. Yeah, there's the whole.
It's
the
been that
whole
long since
rival
I've
families thing.
finished
Well-
the playthrough. I stalled out halfway through my last one. Gonna pick it up
The-
very soon.
The Greys are Scottish, so Duncan can be Grey.
There
The
we-
Duncan Gray.
Duncan Gray.
I mean, it's in 1899, so Arthur Morgan is coming down the line right now.
Hello there, Arthur Morgan.
I love
Um.
Morgan so
Hello. Maybe I'll
Okay,
keep her
continue.
in black for your sake. Anywho,
Blackwater.
They had a girl.
that was really good.
It really was.
Folks, play Red Dead Redemption 2. It's really good.
It's a
I'm the
really
voice
good
actor.
game.
Beautiful. So yeah, you're all having your moments with the Braithwaites. You know, for Rebecca, like romance, it is very clearly
It is
uh,
on.
whether or not it's lust or romance or whatever it is, it's on.
It's on. It might be
Um,
off.
We'll
Jennifer
see.
and Ambrose have this sort of like flirty rivalry thing happening. Martha's got this slow burn thing going on, and Eliza and Sterling have who knows whatever this is. And what happens? You see, we did mark 3 on that. You're surrounded by enemy forces.
Oh no.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, I thought I did that math right.
This was marked earlier, and I've just been waiting for the right moment. And I think that as these moments are happening, you hear, much louder than should be possible, "I told you I would come back for you, assholes!" And you hear, coming from the distance, shaking the entire house, the giant footsteps of a rival dragoon approaching your house. And then the footsteps of a second dragoon.
Oh no.
There's 2 dragoons outside, coming from both north and south. So anyone that's close to the south lawn where you're playing croquet, you clearly see the dragoon coming towards your home to destroy it. For the mockery you caused this strange French man. What would you like to do?
I would like to step just slightly away from Josephine and be
Okay.
like, "Don't move. I'll be right back." And then take off running towards my siblings.
Be careful. And you take off. Are you in a dress? Are you in pants? Like what's Rebecca's
I'm in a
attire?
dress.
You're in a dress, so yeah, you got. The
Yeah, I'm
flannel.
hiking up.
Yeah, the petticoats are out on display as you're trying
Yeah.
to run as fast as possible in your Regency style high heels.
Yes.
Incredible.
Think Martha again gently reaches across the table. Felix, darling, I know that the thought of maybe having to hurt another being again would be a bit overwhelming for you. I think that we might be under siege for the moment. If you'd like to stow yourself away, perhaps in the reading room, then we'll see if we can't take care of this for you.
Yeah. Ms. Mayhew comes sort of scuttling out of the kitchen. Don't you worry, I'll take him down into the shelter.
Of course,
Of
we
course
have
you
a
guys,
shelter.
of course you would have a shelter. If you've got a
That
big
makes
robot,
more
who's to tell no
sense.
one's gonna come at you? And so yeah, Miss Mayhew sort of gets Felix and
Amazing.
takes him off to a safe place.
Yes, good. Yes, good.
Jennifer.
You win. And she'll run back to the lawn.
Win.
And on the way, she
Yes.
notices that Duncan has set up a tent for this occasion,
Mhm.
probably.
Yeah.
The
If you need a
fabric-
break from the sun. Yeah.
Yeah. The fabric is a beautiful yellow brocade.
Yes, it is.
And she's going to rip that tent down and take that fabric with her
I love it.
to give Mr. Darcy a dress.
A dress. I'll allow it.
Thank you.
Awesome. You go running. You rip down the tent. You got some fabric. Eliza, what do you do?
I think upon reaching the center of the maze, we look up and we see not one, but two dragoons approaching us. And I'm like, Sterling, I am so sorry. I am going to have to ask you to stow yourself away in the shelter for the time being. And Eliza reaches over and grabs, there's like an ornate dragon statue, and just pulls down one of the hands, and a trapdoor pops up, leading into the shelter. I
love that. I was gonna say a fountain did that, so that's perfect.
Amazing.
Absolutely perfect.
So I imagine Felix will be down there shortly. Hopefully the rest of your siblings too. We'll see if the rest
I
of
told
my...
Josephine to stay against the tree, so
Yeah, and Jennifer just went, you win, and dipped from Ambrose.
Hey, y'all, I did say hopefully.
Hopefully. That's right. You did say
regardless,
hopefully.
Stow yourself away here, and we'll try and keep them, these ne'er-do-wells away. They're the French. It shouldn't take long.
Yeah, there's the moment like you go to step away and they catch your arm and sort of pull you back and say, be careful. And they sort of, run their fingers down the side of your face.
Eliza arches her head in that far too cool for this situation kind of way. It's like, I always am, Sterling. A slight kiss on the cheek. Now go. I've got this.
Yeah, you just like push him and he down the trap door.
Flips it up, starts running out the maze. Eliza has this maze memorized. Like, they were wandering
definitely.
around. Eliza at every moment knew exactly where they were.
You intentionally led him astray.
Exactly. Eliza takes the optimal path out and is pulling out the necklace and is summoning Mr. Darcy.
Yeah, Mr. Darcy. Incredible. You all get back to find each other. You pull out your articles and summon Mr. Darcy. Not much of a fucking Halo jump has to happen this time because he's stashed around your manor.
Mm-hmm.
So a few big steps and then Mr. Darcy is there. Jennifer, how do you put a dress on Mr. Darcy?
Well, it's gonna have to be like a poncho situation, probably. Doesn't have like the time.
Currently.
Yeah, you put a big slit in it, throw it, get it over
Yeah.
somehow. Yeah, when you
It's
get
like a
there,
big
you.
circle skirt, so it's just
Mhm.
like around the bottom half of him.
Oh, nice. Yeah, you have
But
Martha and
I have
Rebecca
to be able
pick it
to
up
see. So like I
that's
cut a hole in it with his saber.
yeah. It's more like oh god, like the little the battle skirt that fighters would have that the front of it's kind of open, so you've
Yeah.
got your window to see, but there's just a nice little kind of skirt around them. I like it.
But it's beautiful.
It's gorgeous, so elegant. The brocade.
Oh.
And battle commences. So, my friends, we're going to do 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 30 seconds.
All right,
Which
there's
one are
two.
we
What are
going
we
to
doing?
first?
Hmm?
North or south?
North.
Okay.
And I apparently have an artillery lance. I'm gonna use that.
Cool. All right.
10
I
seconds.
am gonna I'm gonna have our Mr. Darcy climb up to the top of the building that he is stored in and like have better vantage.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's time. Send them in.
All right.
Send in what you have. Let's do this. There we go. Get better vantage. Awesome. I'm gonna do things a little out of order, just so that like everything kind of builds upon a
Yep.
different thing here. So
Absolutely.
yeah, let's start with Jennifer, who's kind of moving us into the position we want to be towards. So go ahead, make your roll, Jennifer.
I'm assuming that's where the building that he's kept in is.
Yeah. I'm saying fuck it. That sounds good.
A 6.
A 6. Awesome.
Mhm.
So success, but at a cost. Let's mark 1. Was it public embarrassment has popped? A gentleman's dark secret has already popped.
Dark
Surrounded has
cyst.
popped.
Um,
A dark cyst.
Dark cyst.
Mm,
Let's
really
do
get that checked
disarmed.
out. You disarmed.
big on TikTok though.
That's when I got
Uh-oh.
2, I think.
Where are we at? Disarmed.
Was that a
Awesome.
2 or
That-
3?
That only had 1. Disarmed only had 1.
Yes.
Oh, now it only has 2. Yeah.
Now it's a 2.
Yeah.
Yep. Nice. Cool. So yeah, you got like full like a nice sprint. Like you it's one of those things you got to it's like there's that old game where you had to like press the keys to make like the legs move and see how fast you
Yeah.
can run.
Wop.
No, there's like a specific timing that you have to get to really get like a full run going, and you're in the fucking groove. You've got the rhythm, and you got the magic in you, and you're just cruising. You're flying around the house, and you're coming up towards the sort of like it's strange because it's kind of disguised. Like you don't want people to know where your dragoon is really kept. So it's kind of like, it's like a shed that goes like down to the ground a bit, and it's kind of, covered in this, faux kind of rock thing. And you get there, and it's you're going to try to climb that to get the higher power. Rebecca, get higher ground, higher position. So give me a roll, Rebecca.
That's a 6.
That's a 6 success, but at a cost. Let's mark 1.
Alrighty. Do we have
What you roll it at advantage
Oh.
from Jennifer being sick and getting you there.
Still
to
6.
Feel into rhythm and feel into rhyme. Awesome. 6. Let's mark 1. What we got?
I was thinking motive systems damaged if that's not full already.
Motive system damaged. Yeah, I think I only got the. That's
Okay.
gotten 2. That's gotten 2, so that'll put it
well-
at 3.
Now it's got 3.
Motive systems. What exactly does that mean? I don't know. and I'll
I think
figure it
it's
inside.
like why you do things.
out. Oh, nice.
Like instead of motor systems, it's the
Motive
why.
systems.
Yeah.
Okay.
Drive behind the action.
I think that's gonna have yeah, awesome. Going into, let's see, so it was gonna be Eliza who's trying to channel artillery, the redirect the power to their artillery lance. I was gonna sort of chain grant advantage here, and I think the fact like right now, like all of your sort of like your readouts are kind of like fucked up. They don't know like what's going on, with the whole motive system thing. I'm
Yep.
saying that like right now it's just like your systems are just kind of like we don't know what we're doing right now.
Right.
Because the eldritch being inside the core of this thing is like I'm lost. I'm lost.
Absolutely.
So you're not gonna have an advantage. Just straight roll.
You got it. That's a 7.
That's a 7. Okay, success, but at a cost. Let's mark 1.
Okay.
What was it?
I'm gonna say late for a party.
You're late for a party. Okay.
We have all just abandoned our suitors to go and fight the French.
Hey, 2 of you looked after your suitors.
Valid.
The other 2.
We left a whole bunch of hotties to go and do
We
this.
did.
Valid.
We late.
Awesome. But yeah, you get
very important
the power charging to the artillery lance.
Mm-hmm.
Martha. light its
Yeah.
ass up.
So I think the artillery lance is like mounted on the back, right?
Yeah.
So it's something that we're gonna have to like bend down to like get
Oh,
over.
like you have to like get into a cool crouch kind of thing?
Yeah, so like I think
Nice.
like we're running like full speed. And as we get to that like higher ground position, kind of like take a 3-point stance and just launch it straight off the back towards this
Hell
north
yeah.
side mech.
Yeah, there's a lot of cool timing, I think, with all like we really see the Ghost Lightens sort of sisters synergy, where like it's like a moment of like Jennifer gets you to the spot, and it's like like Rebecca, we're there, and like Rebecca's arm, like the arm that she's got, like reaches up and sort of yoinks Mr. Darcy up, and like as you're going up, Eliza gets the systems the power rediverted, and right after you get up there, like you get like the no from Eliza, and yeah, you fucking punch it. And give me a
Do I
roll.
need to Okay. That's a 6.
That's a 6.
Ooh,
All
a
right,
lot of
success, but at a
6s.
cost. Mark 1.
Is that an advantage?
All
though?
right.
Because I
Oh,
was
that is
able
an
to-
advantage.
3. So 6
3,
6.
so 6. Awesome. Cool. Mark 1.
We are going to mark. Hmm. I think the Eternity Reactor.
Hmm.
I think a
Eternity
lot
Reactor.
of power was diverted
Yeah.
here.
Totally fair. Totally fair. Yeah, no, we get another shot of the reactor, like where like it had like kind of lit up with when we saw it with Eliza's heartbeat. Like it like gives us another one of those, but it's brighter and it kind of expands a little bit more. And then yeah, you put the shoulder of it down and just like fucking like rail gun style, like bolt just shoots out of there. And I think yeah, it's like enough. Y'all like gelled so well there, and I think you clipped that right where one of the arms meets like the shoulder of the enemy dragoon. I think that arm just like completely like hits the ground, and so yeah, you've taken off one of its arms. Way to be, way to be. We love that. Their turn, they do some stuff, they're moving in. They look like they've got someone like not anywhere near as rhythmic as Jennifer, and on the pilot seat, so the motion a little clunkier, nowhere near as efficient. So they're moving in, it's nowhere near as quick as Jennifer tends to do every once in a while. Well, not every once, but most of the time. So they're going to take a bit to get to you, and so with that, the one remaining arm is the arm that Martha normally has. It's the one with the weapons. They've lost like their saber, their shield arm, but they've got the gun still. And so the big sort of it's like a musket kind of thing comes folding out of its arm. You could tell this is probably like a stolen old model kind of a vibe. And it is going to shoot at you. We'll say that it clips you sort of like top of Martha's shoulder. Not like anywhere where it would like take your arm off like you just did to the other one, but it's like clipping like right where like Mr. Darcy's neck meets shoulder, so like there's just a nice chunk that goes flying off. The other one also trucking your way. The saber arm goes sticking out. The gun unfoils. It's going to take a shot, and you can guess that it's probably going to try to cut the shit out of you when it gets there. A shot happens. Probably it glances off the opposite hip. So if you, Martha, you're in like the upper right arm, it hits like the left side hip of the thing, and you kind of shudder and spin a little bit up on your sort of perch where you're at. Sort of your balance is a little bit thrown off. And let's go into another round of you guys. We're gonna say 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 30 seconds. Go.
Okay,
Having
one is running up on us right now. Can we?
We're both moving in.
Okay, can we interpose one in between the other?
You're sort of like at the moment, like where you're at, you're right between the two. Then they're both closing in at you.
Can we reposition, essentially grab one and swing the other around? I can't do that right now. I need to spend my round working to repair that the motive dampener.
you can definitely give that a shot. You just have to wait till it gets real close and then
Sure.
and move it. It would be like a last second sort of thing.
That was just the
Because
idea
you've
that
got-
I had. I'm spending my round repairing the motive.
I'm adding 10
Systems.
seconds to the clock because I was explaining things.
Thank
Great.
Okay.
I want to try to take the saber and chop off the part of the mech that is like has the person piloting it.
Oh,
I'm
like
gonna
of
charge.
of one of the incoming ones? Do you want to do the one that
The
you're
one that we just cut the arm off of, I want to try
The
to
one-
take the pilot out.
Awesome. So you want to essentially cut it off at the waist is what you're going for. I like that. Awesome. And Jennifer, what are you going for?
So I'll jump off of that rock, and we can
Mhm.
do like a big ol'
A cool-
fink.
Oh,
right down the
nice. A
center.
big, like, it's sort of big air swipe kind of thing. And then Martha, what were you going to try to do?
I'd actually like to see if we can have some sort of firepower, like in the feet that I can like use as extra propulsion for this maneuver.
Ooh, to give it a little extra oomph on
yeah,
the jump.
yeah.
I like
like
that.
not actually meant to be used that way, but I'm using it that way.
I think it's you shoot the gun at the ground when you
Oh,
jump,
yeah, like,
and it's
"Ga-ga-ga."
and you
Yes,
you fucking
yes,
rocket
good.
jump.
Yes,
And that
good.
gives me more propulsion to take
Yeah.
the saber through. Yeah.
So
Yes, good.
we're gonna do. We'll start with Eliza, who is trying to get your the motive systems under, so that it will help
Mhm.
Eliza be able to continue to gain advantage on things, because right now the systems that she is using are a little out of whack. So go and give me a roll for that.
7 again.
Another 7. I like
Another
it. Let's
7.
get what's. Let's
You keep
mark
rolling
something.
7s, I keep rolling 6s.
Hey, they're successes.
They're fine rolls.
They're fine rolls.
I would prefer a 10, but this is fine.
What are we marking, my friend?
That's the question. What are we looking at?
We got look. A lot of things are at 2. There's one thing left. Sorry, 2 things left. That. Oh wait, yeah, no. There's only one thing left that only has 1 X right now,
What is that?
and that is the a boring man.
We'll
mix
go
of
ahead.
feelings
We'll
now.
put 1 on a boring man.
1 on a boring man. Everything is about to start popping off. big
Sterling's
time.
about to say some shit.
Yeah, seriously. Or
I've
Felix.
chosen mine.
Or
I picked mine out of the
Felix.
2 siblings, so
You're
you
like,
know.
you're like, I picked the hot one. No, I like it. Fantastic. So yeah, you managed to rectify the motive systems things. Yeah, it's like one of those things where like you're doing a bunch of stuff and nothing works. And you say, "Fuck it," and you like smack your fist on it, and it everything sort of resyncs where it's at.
Exact same thought. Just
Hell
Fonzie it.
yeah. Awesome. Let's see. So Jennifer, you're gonna do a big jump. Give me
Yeah.
a big jump.
Big yump.
Big jump
A
energy.
big jump. Jump.
A 2.
A 2.
That's
That
not
means
fair.
2 things happen.
That means 2 things happen.
We're gonna be destroyed by the end of this game.
Got
Let's do Whispers from the Dark Beyond the Stars, because they're like, what the hell are you guys doing?
okay.
The whispers are judging us.
Yeah. And
They are
Ooh.
now.
If they weren't before.
let's live a little and say a sister's injured.
Work those 2 in. So Jennifer does not manage to get a full jump happening. So Martha, you want to give me your cool gun rocket jump to see if you can get Rebecca any vertical at all here.
7.
I'll say even if you so you managed to pull it off. I'm going to say that does not grant the advantage though, because you're
Right.
just like managing to get a little bit of
Yes.
airborne here. So 7. Let's mark 1.
Yeah. We haven't been doing super well the past couple of rounds. We are really fucking late to this party.
Real late to the party, dude. I like that. Okay. Yeah, so you get the gun, like, it's like Jennifer, I think it's you try to like jump, but like the legs don't like extend. Like you manage,
Mm.
you get them like down to where like the knees are bent, and you go like, and just nothing happens. Um, and so Martha, you quick thinking, yeah, you get the gun loaded and and you manage to get vertical of like a what like is a jump for Jennifer like on like a bad day. Like when she doesn't get like the timing of it like perfectly, so like it's like a
Yeah,
hop
yeah,
more
that
than a
makes
jump.
sense.
Mhm.
That makes
So
sense.
Rebecca, yeah, this swing of your sword is not going to be an advantage. Give me
Okay.
a roll.
I was really hoping for a 10, but I got a 9.
You got a 9, which is good. What are we marking?
I don't know what's left. I was gonna say disarm, but have we done 3 on that?
We've done 2 on that.
All right, then I'm gonna say
What you've
disarm.
done 2 on disarmed, you've done 2 on outfit deemed unfashionable, 2 on weapons jammed, um,
I think
2.
disarm because I would like to flavor it just as like I was expecting full pull through here from everybody,
Yeah.
and it didn't happen.
Oh,
Okay.
damn.
Well, as I'm about to like make the strike, you can just hear reverberating through the mech suit. Is like, get your bloody fucking shit together.
Yeah, so I
Sorry,
think you jump
Becky.
she called you Becky. So yeah, the sort of half-ass jump happens. You swing the sword, and yeah, I think you pull it off. You do the cut, and yeah, it's the swing happens. The anime like stop, for a moment, and then as the top of it slides off. And I think what the disarmed slash a sister is injured happens, the one that had the saber out and was coming in, thrusts the sword. And I think, Rebecca, you feel immense pain as this large sword comes crashing through your real shoulder, like
Oh,
through the mech and into you.
Homophobic.
And
I'm just kidding, everybody. It was a joke. Chill out in the chat.
oh, that is my
fucking
favorite response to anything that inconveniences me.
Yeah, what's the Griffin's always saying that his coworker, that they're always like, yeah, Griffin, if you don't go grab my coffee right now, that's transphobic.
Yeah, yeah.
But yes, that makes perfect sense. Yes.
So yeah, there's just the moment of you like, ah! As you just see like it's like just the point of the thing is just like right
And I
out.
just
Yeah.
scream throughout the mech suit. So everybody knows.
Yeah, so like you're very hurt. Your arm is kind of like Mr. Darcy's arm is like having that moment of like it's like groaning when you try to like operate it. It's like and yes, I think that's how the couple the disarmed plays out, how the sister is injured plays out. We haven't played out late for the party yet, but we'll get there. So you've taken one dragoon out of the picture. The other one is completely unharmed. You just took a pretty big hit. Another round. We'll start in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 30 seconds.
Can we use the downed dragoon as an improvised weapon? Just use it and just swing it into the other one.
I'm
I
up
mean,
for
Ambrose
whatever.
is an ex-dragoon pilot, so maybe he can crawl up in there and use it.
Is that something we can make other
Is
people
that something we
do?
can make happen?
I mean, look, that would take a couple of rounds, I think.
Yeah, we've got about 20 minutes left, so I'm up to play in the space about anything.
Fair enough.
Whatever goofy shit y'all want to try to do, let's fucking get it.
I'm willing to use my otherwise to deliver a challenge, and that be the challenge of speaking out through the dragoon and saying something about that to the other one.
That ain't bad. That ain't bad.
Yeah.
Cool.
I can
Alright.
try and just I can either repair the damage
10
or
seconds.
Divert power.
Repair the damage.
Got it.
All right. I'm going to calculate the most effective outcome, even if it's not most straightforward.
Send them in. nice. I got some very like nice fight music going on right now.
Nice.
I gotta say, the Pride and Prejudice and Zombies.
And zombies,
It's good.
Yeah,
it's
it's good. It's good.
It's good.
It's a good choice.
Yeah, I'm also listening to that, and I have the "We're Under Attack" track going right now.
Yeah. Stinkrat's charms. I am too gay for this all the time. All right, is everyone in?
Yep.
Are we
Mhm.
set? We ready to go? I like it. All right, so someone's gonna try to report this Prejudice sword damage. We're gonna try to stall the other dragoon. All right, let's have Rebecca go first. You're gonna try
Right.
to stall the other dragoon pilot.
Yeah, I'm gonna yell out through the megaphones and be like, so, we were 2 against 1 against us. But just you wait, because we're about to be 2 against 1 against you.
Against one against you.
All right, give me a roll.
Okay. 5.
Come on, give it. Oh, I was waiting for the 10. Ooh, that's a standard failure. Mark 1.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Whew. I don't know what we got left here.
Yeah,
Whispers
we're
from
running
the
out of
dark
stuff real
between the
quick.
stars? Is
I
that
mean,
still open?
Once we
That
hit
one-
3 and stuff pops, doesn't it? Does a reset?
I don't know. We could, in theory, say that it does. I'm fine with that. So yeah,
It
let's see.
says like it's a
Disarmed
problem until
pops.
solved. So maybe if it's
That's
solved,
fair.
it's
That's fair.
comes back around.
Let's see. Well, surrounded happened, and you're like currently working on solving it. Motive systems thing was completely resolved thanks to a very good roll. You're injured, but it's not resolved.
Yeah.
Did it relate to the party? Hasn't been resolved yet.
I mean, I'll
Public
take if we want to do motive systems damage because it was resolved, I can do that one.
Awesome. I will say, yeah, let's do that one. Also, your public embarrassment, like, you came back and definitely Rebecca got smooches after that embarrassing showing earlier.
Yeah, but I
so-
also feel like we have doubled down on that multiple times, even if we haven't picked it.
Yeah.
Like-
So yeah, a few things have been sort of disarmed could get fixed, resolved this round because I think that's what Chase is what Eliza is going to be trying to do. But that was a failure. We marked a thing. There's a moment of like, you hear the Frenchman, the one from earlier, who says, "I don't believe you have anyone else who can pilot that fallen dragoon. I think you're a bunch of liars. Do you know what we do to liars in France?"
What?
Thank you for asking. We cut off their heads.
The guillotine.
So the same thing you do to everyone else.
I'm guard. Let's see. So that happened. The distraction was not super great. But we'll go with Eliza. You're gonna try to repair some damage.
Yeah.
You're doing cool stuff. Straight roll for you.
That's gonna be a 3. Standard
It's
failure.
gonna be a 3 failure. All right. Okay. What are we marking?
Oh, we'll go ahead.
Motive systems is down to only 1 mark right now.
We'll mark failure on embarrassing because this is getting
cool.
embarrassing.
Gotcha.
Truly, this is getting embarrassing.
Hey, this is like the final fight. It's got to be dramatic. You got to take your licks. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. 100%.
It's just how it goes. Not everything goes the way you want.
No.
Martha, you are going to calculate the most effective outcome, even if it's not the most straightforward. Give me a roll.
Yes. 5.
5. That is, damn, also a failure. Holy
Yeah.
shit, gang.
Yeah, it's not good.
All right, what are we
It's not
marking?
Weapon jam. I think I was trying to figure out the best way to make this happen, and I wasn't keeping up with the maintenance on what I was supposed to do in every round.
I think it's a moment of like, you try to like, you bring like get the gun flipped out, and you get like the readout of like, a jam imminent or whatever. Yeah, kind of a vibe. And then going to Jennifer, you were going to charge the enemy before they can get a shot off.
Yes. I think that Mr. Darcy
Mhm.
will flourish his skirt
Mhm.
very distractingly
Nice.
and then charge once they're fully distracted by his
Give me a roll.
ankles.
Let this be the first 10, please. I want
Please,
it
10.
so bad.
Please.
I want it so
I
bad.
haven't had one. Is it
It's a
one?
7. I'm sorry.
That's a 7. That's still a success, though. All right, so what are we marking?
Oh, fuck.
Public embarrassment's marked at 1 now. Motive systems marked at 1 now. You're technically no longer surrounded because there's only the one of them. So now it's just a face-off. So that's technically resolved now as well. So you got a couple things that are down to like 1 or 2 marks.
I'm going to take one that is like not that serious.
Okay.
A boring man makes his feelings known at
A
3.
boring man makes his feelings known.
I need to know what the feelings are.
Sterling.
Maybe the feelings won't be boring, you know?
I think that's probable.
Yeah.
Boring man, big
So
feelings.
yeah, you flourish the skirt, and while the enemy Groon's like, "What the hell?" You charge in, or is it just like you're doing like a tackle, or
Ooh. Maybe since I'm the... No, I don't want to do the feet.
you're the
Just
feet?
like
Yeah,
kick it.
yeah. Oh, you could totally do it.
No, I do. Very
Yeah, you control
prima
the legs.
ballerina style.
Oh, nice pointed toe.
Grand
like...
battement to his face.
Yeah, no, yeah. You flourish the skirt, and as you come around, yeah, the foot kicks up, does like a just beautiful, like leg straight, and just blast him. He goes back. No, I hurt other people because I'm unsatisfied with my own life.
Oh, is that the boring man?
That's the boring man. Yeah, he made his feelings known.
I see.
His dragoon,
Oh,
your
no.
back lands on the ground. You've got him on his back, as he's trying to sort of scramble to get back to his feet. Let's see if we can get this taken care of in one more round. Are you guys ready? 1, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
I'm
Gatling
stand
gun.
on him.
If he's on his back, I want to drive the saber in.
Okay. All of these
Saber
things can
drive
happen.
in and then just Gatling gun right in, like just straight
all
into him.
all auxiliary power to the forearms to drive that blade in.
Awesome. So let's go. I want to go Eliza, and then Jennifer, you said you were gonna like stand on him. You're gonna
Yeah,
like
I'm
put
gonna
a foot
stand
on
on
his
him.
chest.
I'm gonna
Nice.
stand on him.
I love it. So yeah, let's go Eliza first, who's diverting some power.
8.
8. Very good. What are we marking?
A gentleman's dark secret is uncovered.
Awesome. Yeah, that one has been resolved, hasn't it? Was given
More dark secrets. More dark secrets.
Wait,
More dark
was it resolved? What
secrets.
was the first dark secret?
Felix killed a guy.
That Felix killed someone.
That's
who
right.
tried to assassinate him. His father, and hold him for ransom.
That's right. We just didn't
Yeah,
register that as a dark secret because we murdered 30 people today.
Yes, it does.
Yeah, it was brutal. Felix ripped the handle off the door of the carriage and beat a man's skull in. There we go.
Oh, Felix.
Oh, Felix, he's just a young lad. Awesome. So yeah, you divert power to Rebecca's arm. Which is good actually, because you never managed to fix. Did you manage to fix it? I don't think you did.
I didn't fix it. I didn't
Awesome.
fix
So
it.
I'm
I'm just throwing all the power at it to try and get past it.
Awesome. I'm going to say that since it is damaged, you throwing all that power is just going to even it out.
Cool.
It's not like a damaged arm. Like you're going to have it like normal. So when you get to you, normal roll, Rebecca. I am going to go to Jennifer, who's going to stand on the thing, hold it in place for you two to fuck it up, which might grant you advantage. So.
Yeah, if I succeed, I want to do like the stakes from the first move into the...
Yeah.
All right.
Oh.
Dude, I got some fucking banana bread at work today, dude. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah, dude.
7, so I mean, but I still
7's
marked something.
it's a
still works.
success. It works. What are we marking? Surrounded is completely empty now.
What did you say it was?
Surrounded.
We'll do that because I can't afford
Awesome.
anymore.
Awesome. Yeah, you know, one foot on the chest, one just on the groin of the thing, and then those like spikes that you used earlier just shunk. You hear, "Oh my God, no! Oh, it's not actually my crotch. I'm fine." And Rebecca, Martha, simultaneous with the full success, with the success of Jennifer and Rebecca, your arm being sort of supplied some extra energy. Now take it with advantage because you got two things going for you here. Martha's got double advantage. Fuck it.
I have 6.
You got 6. That's a success. We're calling it.
Okay.
It's not-
Okay.
So what are we marking?
I'll say the surrounded by enemies since that's what we just opened up.
Awesome. So that's got 2 on it now. Martha.
Don't pick a
8.
third. We'll have to do this all over again.
You said 8?
Yes.
That was your best? Man. Moda Systems only has 1 mark right now. Public Embarrassment only has 1 mark right now. And
Are we
Dark
looking?
Secret only has
Oh.
1 moment right now.
Are we looking to not tip something else off?
I think just surrounded by enemies right now is not the best
Okay.
thing to be tipped off.
Yeah, between
'Cause-
that like
I was gonna say, I think the outfit is deemed unfashionable. I think Mr.
Mr.
Darcy's
Darcy's?
outfit.
Mhm.
Damn
Awesome.
it! I worked really hard on that.
I know
All right.
we don't think it's unfashionable, but
The French do.
yeah.
Mm.
So, yeah,
ooh,
Re-
what if
French
there's a,
do.
no? What if there's a
French.
wardrobe malfunction?
Mm.
I think it's a wardrobe malfunction.
All right.
Poncho becomes more of a cloak kind of a situation, and that's like, what is this?
For some reason, I couldn't hear what you just said, Zach.
Oh, so well, I mean, like technically, it
Oh.
is my call. So we'll see
Okay,
what happens here.
fine.
It'll be good. Yeah. I think. Well, yeah. So it's one of those things. The power goes to Rebecca's arm. Jennifer, you get the feet of Mr. Darcy on there, and you're locked in. Rebecca, you bring your sword down, drive it right through the chest of the thing, into the ground. You feel the tip of your blade like scraping on tree roots below. And Martha, you looking at the where your like sort of more rifle arm was
Mhm.
jammed before, you say "fuck this," and and it switches over from like the more rifle style to just full on Gatling gun, and you just and just right in the thing's face just are black, like it's gone by the time you're done. While this is happening, the air like just the sheer like airflow of you blasting this thing blows the skirt up Marilyn Monroe style, revealing the under chassis of Mr.
undercarriage.
Darcy. Yes, the undercarriage of Mr. Darcy. And as you know, you are hearing coming from the speakers of the dragoon you're taking apart. Oh God, no!
Underneath.
Your skirt looks stupid. And a quiet falls over the battlefield. With you, victorious. Rebecca, you're in so much pain. Right
Oh, I'm climbing out of this mech
Just
suit, just bleeding from my
pain.
shoulder. It's like my arm is like half like dislocated
now.
and
It's
just
like,
yeah.
definitely. Like your shoulder, like your scapula is destroyed.
Yeah,
right
it's
now.
just not, it's just hanging.
Yeah,
and
your
I'm
arm-
like-
it's just dangling.
Oh God. I think as we're getting out, Martha calls, "Call the surgeon! Call the surgeon! Someone!"
Rebecca
Yeah,
holds
Mrs. May,
up.
you hear poking her head out. Yes, I'm right on it, dear.
I think as Eliza's sliding out, she is like ripping parts of her petticoat apart to like apply like temporary bandage and support.
Like a sling type of thing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Sling, little like something to soak up the blood. All right, we'll get you taken care of.
It doesn't hurt any less.
Yeah. As now
No,
your arm
that's
just
what
turns
this
in a
is for,
different
and
direction.
she hands like just a flask of rum.
Yeah.
Straight back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you pretty sure you burp fire afterwards. Like it's like some 151. Like,
Yeah.
like it's that like crazy
Ooh.
strong
This is
shit.
medicinal. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, one by one, the Braithwaites appear to check on you after your battle. Immediately, Josephine flocks to you. Rebecca, oh my darling, are you all right?
I'll be fine, but
Yeah,
having you
she takes your
close is
face in her
better.
hands. Oh, stop it, you. She does like like the kiss on like the forehead, your
Uh-huh.
cheeks. Like she just becomes so like like is just fussing over you, just big time. Sterling comes up to you, Eliza. Just surveying the aftermath. Gives you like a. That was incredible.
That was our standard. I'd love to show you incredible sometime, though.
I'll hold you to that. Jennifer, yeah. Ambrose comes out and says, "You are so much better than I could have ever been." Because lest we forget, remember I told you I was as an ex-dragoon pilot, that I had that whole, thing I told you about my backstory.
Entire scene.
The whole
Yes,
scene
of
where we
course, I do
discussed
remember that.
being thrown out of out of dragoon finishing school.
Ambrose,
Yes.
you've got a little something there. Closer and closer.
What is it?
Arms flung over his shoulders. Gonna kiss him, and like we fall to the ground.
Oh, nice.
Let's go.
Yeah, Martha, Felix comes out, surveying the violence, and just gives you like a solid nod. Of like, you did well.
Thank you. Oh, you doing well yourself?
I did not face the worst of it. I applaud
As you
you and your
shouldn't.
sister's courage.
No, it was me, actually. I did.
Shut up, Becky!
The battlefield settles. You spend some time with your respective Braithwaites. You settle in. Rebecca is given medical attention. The surgeon arrives to put your arm in place, try to fix the cartilage of your fucking ripped
Just
scapula.
ripped to shreds.
Yeah, you're just a horrid arm. Who knows what comes next in the lives and relationships of the Ghost Lighten sisters. But we know one thing to be sure. Their courage, their prowess with their dragoon, Mr. Darcy, will be hailed all across the proud country of Great Britain. And I think that's what we're going to call it.
Yeah.
Thank you so
Okay.
much. That was so much
Incredible.
fun.
Real fast, thank you all so much, all of you that checked this out, or maybe any of you that watch this on YouTube. I don't know if we'll put this up on YouTube. Maybe,
it'll get there.
In VOD format. It'll get there.
We'll get there.
Real fast. What I want to go around, let people know, handles, what you're a part of, where they can find you. Kenzie, you're the guest. Go first.
Great. My name's Kenzie Tartaglione. You can find me on most of the social medias at ktartaglione8, and I am also the creative director of a podcast called Queer PG, which is a
It's a very good
TTRPG podcast by queer people for queer people. Woo woo woo!
It's a good stuff.
Yeah.
Zach was a guest once.
I was a guest once. It was very fun. I had a good time. Mariah.
My name is Mariah Clausen, as I said. I can be found on Twitter, at least, with _ Mariah Clausen. Mariah Clausen was taken. And you can hear my...
Is that why you have that?
Yes. Which is
Oh,
It
no.
always trips me up when I read it. I'm always like, @ Mariah.
I know. I
Clausen?
was like, I didn't think about, I'm going to be on a podcast or something and people need to find me. So it might be changing soon. Who knows? But you can find me, my luxurious voice, on These Silent Secrets, as well as our friendly podcasting network, Center Stage Productions with La Frisian Chronicles.
La Frisian
At
Chronicles.
LaFrisian Audio
Very
on
good
Twitter.
audio drama. Yes, very, very good. It's good stuff. I'm in it sometimes.
am
Dan, yeah, you're you. You're the bad guy, kind of.
Shh.
Spoilers. So
Spoilers.
don't listen to me. I didn't say anything. Zan.
Hi, I'm Zan. Sorry. I am also part of this podcast network. I am the GM for Imprinted Echoes, which is a Numenera actual play. It's a whole lot of far future fun. It's pretty much the only thing I do. You can technically find me on Twitter or X or whatever we're calling it at Covered in Sawdust. I haven't
You
posted in a long
often are
time.
covered in sawdust.
That
Because
is
you're
my.
too busy being covered in sawdust.
I am very, very busy being covered in sawdust.
Chase.
That's me. So yeah, I'm Chase. You can find me at TQ Loudly on Twitter/X, on Blue Sky, and on TikTok. You can also find me as the DM of Another Path, which is a D&D 5th edition podcast, where first couple of seasons has Zach on. And our new season has a slightly shifted up thing because of these silent secrets and Zach jumping on over and focusing a little bit more on that. You can also find me as a player on Imprinted Echoes with Zan. And trying to think here, that is and yeah, I'm on some of the Frisian Chronicles, which Mariah mentioned. Not a lot of it,
And I
mostly in
said
the first
nothing
season.
about it. I said
But
nothing
yeah,
about it.
that's it.
Well, the first
And you're
season.
also
yeah.
kind of like
No.
our lovely creative director
Oh
here
yeah,
at
I am.
Ghostlight.
I
no?
am.
He's the
I am the
podfather.
creative director of Ghostlight Media, so I've got little fingers in a lot of pies.
Yeah.
I get that.
Yeah, and I'm
Little pie fingers.
Zach Tuttle Rob, kind of as I guess pseudo co-founder of the network in a way.
Yeah.
I am the MC of these Silent Secrets. And I am one of the co-hosts for Zach and Griffin's Multiversal Pet Shop, a podcast where we discuss fantasy creatures and whether or not they make good pets. Usually the answer is no.
Usually no.
You try
But
your
yeah.
hardest though.
We try real hard.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that about does it for us. Like I said at the beginning of this, this is going to be a monthly thing. So next month I've already started getting the lineup ready. We got a cool cast of folks to play something for you. And every month we're just going to try a new one-page RPG and see what sort of kooky shit we can get up to.
And I think you got Kim in the chat here is going to.
I was gonna say.
Yeah, I got dear Kim Metzger in the chat over there. Our dear friend Kim Metzger, who's going to be running whatever ends up happening next month, and you'll just hopefully be seeing a lot more faces of Ghostlight Media and friends from outside the network. And we're just going to try to keep this going for as long as we can. We'd love to just have a nice little fun streaming thing once a
Good
month.
time.
So here we are. Thank you all, my players, for being here. Thanks everyone in the chat for being awesome. And we'll see you next month.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye. Thanks, guys.
Bye.